Hello, everyone, and we are here with the South Asian Nationals with you guys today. I am TJ Bob, and with me is it's to this side, right? Yeah, with me is
Yeah.
BZA.
Oh wait,
Oh,
that
wait,
side.
it's the other side.
Okay, flip cameras, dude. It's okay.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
okay. We're getting the whole of it. Okay, so yeah, back again with the third national qualifiers. Well, these are still the open qualifiers, and we still have a lot of teams that are left to qualify. A lot of big names in the league that we still haven't seen gone through. We've seen quite a lot of upsets in the last 2 weeks, I would say. What about you, TJ?
yeah. Upsets, especially some two noticeable upsets are the MRCZ and the Union Gaming upsets because MRCZ and Union
Yep.
Gaming, the major winners from our region, are yet to qualify for the nationals and let alone the major qualifiers.
Yeah, definitely. And even now, I believe only Union Gaming is still in the run, right?
Yeah, in three.
MRCZ did get disqualified due to internet disconnectivity
Ah,
issues, unfortunately. So I guess they'll still have next week, but yeah, it's getting a little hairy for them. But hopefully they'll be able to make it. Union does have the chance right now, but it is not our current game. We'll have to see how that goes.
yeah, well, speaking of the current game, we have Team Heat versus Demos Force. I believe both of these teams are from Bangladesh, and yeah, I just casted the Demos Force yesterday. It was Demos Force versus Just Chill, but it was just a placeholder name because all of the players from in Just Chill. Uh, oh, my bad. It's Monka S versus Team Heat. So everything I had just set up, it just completely thrown out of the window.
Yeah, it's okay, dude. It happens to the best of us. We have a lot of different rosters, and like we have four different quarterfinals, so it's fine. We sometimes get them all confused, mixed up. It's all right. But yeah, we do have Monka S versus Team Heat here. Team Heat is relatively a new name. You don't really hear that a lot. I guess this is also a bit of a placeholder name compared to the other ones. But Monka S is a known team players consisting such as Firefly, QB, definitely a noob. All these guys have been here before. They've proven themselves before. They've made their way into the close qualifiers before. So overall, this will be a really, really interesting game heading into it.
Yeah, Monka is also the runners for the majors, and they did reach it, although they were just shy of reaching the finals and even winning a major. But still, they're pretty good team, and I think they're still the favorites to win this matchup.
Oh yeah, definitely. Compared to the Team Heat, they have a lot more fans going right ahead into it. A lot more support might be coming towards them in the chat. We will have the game ready for you in just a bit. We are waiting for just the few last players to join in, and we will be good to go. But meanwhile, all right, so map bans, if we might see them come up right now, and right as I say them, thank you, Sayin. On the production team there, we will be seeing Oregon being played. So,
Oof.
TJ, Oregon again.
Yeah, I'd still say it's complete. It's very interesting, especially when the first two sites are done. After we get kids dorms out of the way, and after we get laundries out of the way, it's really interesting to see where the teams go. Sometimes they go for a meeting hold, sometimes they go for a dining hold, but it's still interesting setups. Yesterday, I did see Oregon being played between Demos Force and UG, so it was still some new strats interesting to see.
Oh, definitely. The map itself is still very interesting. It's just the fact, I guess, we see that play all the time, right? It's either Oregon or it's Clubhouse. Teams just like to play it safe. Teams just like to play it on their main maps. They didn't like to deviate a lot, but which is fair to them, honestly. You don't really want to go in an off map that you haven't tried, that you haven't tested, only to just get an upset, right? Like, you know, you can win one, you know, you are good on a map, so might as well just stick to it. Why the hell not?
Yeah, especially when qualifiers are on the line, they don't want to lose any map. They at least want to make it to the finals. Whether they want to win that finals or not is a different question. But still, at least they want to qualify for the nationals.
Oh yeah, that's definitely more important. So like any team here from quarterfinals, you'll be seeing they just need two more wins. They don't really need to win the finals to get qualified, right? So the top two
Yeah.
teams for any given qualifiers, all the four, so 8 teams total, will be heading into the close qualifiers. The finals are basically a match that set your seed. You will get to decide if you want the upper seed or the lower seed after you play the grand finals. And well, all in all, that will affect who you get placed against, who you play your initial matches against. But in the grand scheme, it's not that significant, I would say, because at the end, you're going to have to play the same teams if you want to, or if you don't want to. That's not really up to you, I guess, at that point. So, yeah, interesting situation all around.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna go through the roster of Team Heat. It's Oxy, Eagle Eye, Cipher, Shrit, Banya, AMST, Ali G Star, and BAT. So there's one Bangladeshi, and the rest of them, the six players, are from India. And on the other hand, we have Monka S. We know all of these players. We love all of these players. So it's surely going to be a match to see.
Yep, definitely. As we are still just waiting for the last few people to join in. Apologies for any delays that might be on your end on the stream, guys. But yeah, so I guess all in all, we do actually. I think this is going on YouTube. So, oh, sorry, guys, no poll for you guys on Twitch. We would have a poll for who would you rather think that might just be winning here. But yeah, for now we'll just have to sit, hold our horses, and wait. I guess if we had to place our bets, so to say, on who would be winning, I think I'd have to go with Monka S here overall because they're an experienced roster, they're players, they're well known, they've been in the scene for years now, and overall, I think they have the upper hand going into it.
Yeah, but if we look at the journey in this qualifiers of these two teams, Monka S only played one match. That was against Radical Terror Esports, and they won it a 7-0. The last match that Monka S was supposed to play, the other team just dropped out. So they only played one in this whole qualifiers. On the other hand, Team Heat, they played against Jetter Vyuha and also Ultra Instinct. So Ultra Instinct game was a 7-2 win, so it's still an easy win for them. But on the second match that they played against Jetterview, it was pretty sweaty, 8-7 overtime win for Team Heat. So now they're going up against the big boys, as we do have to get the match set up. So in the meantime, I'd say let's talk about the players of Monka S.
All right, so I guess let's start with QB here. He is basically a known veteran at this point. I mean, he's been in the scene for so long now. I've seen him around for quite a while, and he has always been, rather consistent, honestly. He gets his frags, he gets his support plays. It depends on what role you put him on. He will do it completely and consistently. And yeah, there's not a lot of going wrong with this guy, I would say.
Yeah, and also Firefly. It's pretty much these all of these players. They're pretty consistent. They have a lot of flexibility in their playstyles. They can go up against the big boys and they can get the wins. And I believe against Team Heat, they will also go for the win.
Well, I mean, going for the win is their primary objective here. But yeah, overall, we'll have to. It will be an interesting game, honestly, because neither of these teams so far, as we've seen, are slouches, right? They've made their way into the quarterfinals, which means they're doing something right. And well, all in all, Team Heat will be looking to give Wonkais quite a run for their money, but we'll have to see if Wonkais manages to hold on or not, because I guess in the most cases, everyone's eyes are on Monka as it's their match to lose. They're the one who everybody knows here. They're the proven team from the last qualifiers, and yeah, so they have everything. Honestly, it hasn't been going well for the teams that are proven from the last qualifiers, right? We talked about Mercenaries, we talked about Union Gaming, and Monkas was there too, right with them. And this is the third qualifier now. They're still here, so I guess it's safe to say they've been having a little bit of a hard time as well. But yeah, today's game right now, in under 5 minutes, so to say, would be starting, and it will be giving us the decision, or the result rather, on who actually wins.
Yeah, and if Monka S, this is assuming if Monka S does manage to win this match out, they will be playing against the winners of Team Valiants and Deadeye Esports. Both of these teams from Bangladesh, and Team Valiants, they are pretty good team. I'd say they are one of the favorites in this whole qualifiers to actually qualify for the nationals. So I'd say Team Valiants should get a win against Deadeye, and it should be Monka S versus Team Valiants on the semifinals. My predictions might be wrong; they have been wrong in the past. So I'd say I'm more interested for that matchup to happen, but because that's going to be a head-to-head fight.
Oh yeah, definitely. Unfortunately, we don't really have all of this scripted, so we don't know who's gonna win. So predictions do tend to go wrong sometimes. But I think that's, well, it's a part of what happens. And well, predictions are just jokes. They're just assumptions, I guess, or predictions, as their name puts them. They're just, well, we're just predicting, right? We don't really know the future. But speaking of the future, well, future is now, I guess, is we are
Now,
loading
old man.
right into the map as Oregon loads up. Here we go.
Okay, so Oregon, Monka S on the attack and Team Heat on the defense. And the ban phase is beginning. GLHFs in the chat from everyone. It's going to be a fun match just right in front of us. And the first ban coming out from Team Heat. Let's see what they go for. It's a
Thatcher,
Thatcher. I'd
probably.
say it's. Oh, no,
Oh,
it's a
wait, what?
Monty.
What?
Interesting.
Okay. So this is definitely a bit of a target ban towards Monka S. But
Yeah,
it's still quite interesting, honestly. You don't tend to deviate a lot. I think last time I saw something else banned other than a Thatcher and a Heartbeat. It was the Blitz, and that was to take care of Senpai there. I forget the team now, but they still managed to win out. But
Senpai is
well, yep,
Deimos
there we go.
Force.
We do have Thatcher there
Yeah,
again.
okay. Default bans coming out in the form of Thatcher, but Monty ban is it's still interesting. I'd say two of the better players in this region. Sorry, three of the better players in this region with the shields are. I still remember Ninja Freak, Senpai, or Tsukishima Goat from Deimos Force, and also. I remember which player was it from UG, but still, I'd say targeted bans were usually against those teams. But now Team Heat do want to go up against Monkey's, and after those Monty and Thatcher bans, we do see Melusi and Womai being banned out. Womai, a crucial operator in Oregon, especially when the site is in Laundry. They do tend to hold that blue push with that Womai and the shield, so that won't be possible. You'll have to solely rely on Jaeger ADSs.
Yeah, definitely. I guess Vamai is a household ban, I guess, to say at this point, because you don't really want him to be comboed with Jaeger. That just basically dies almost any of your throwables, right? It just you just keep on throwing Vamai magnets, or you keep on throwing Jaeger ADSs, even though Jaeger ADSs have one charge now. But if Vamai is there along with Jaeger, that basically covers up the gap. You throw one, you throw the other one, the Vamai catches it, and then by that time, usually, I guess the Jaeger ADS is back online. It's ready to go. So it's just a lot of utility wasted just trying to clear out these devices. So I guess
Attackers need to
might as well just
locate and
ban it.
defuse
You
as
don't
many
have
bombs
to
as they
deal
can.
with it at
Razor wire
all.
going up.
Well, speaking of dealing with it at all, Team Heat
door has been
won't deal with
barricaded.
any offsites at all to start it off. They'll be going nice and safe downstairs into laundry.
Yeah, the laundry. We do see the shields come out. They have a Goyo on board for themselves, so a lot of shields. Although some Goyo shields can easily get popped off, and the fire will spread. So the player has to move away from that position. But still, it'll be interesting to see how they play out. They have a Maestro on the board for themselves. A lot of information going their way, and the mute jammer will deny a lot of information. So they're trying to go for the information play, and I'd say that they're heavily relying on the blue push. There's a smoke setup on the blue door, and also a Goyo, so a lot of shields.
Oh yeah, definitely a lot of shields. Some of those shields tend to be a little explodey too. Well, as we speak of them. But well, speaking of explodey, all these teams here just starting right off. Eagle Eye will be the first one to try and get into the engagement near the tower door. He will pre-fire just a little bit around and manage to get away with his life there. So 30 seconds in, not much has happened. Not a lot of map control coming out there from Monkey's either. They're showing a lot of respect right now, taking it slowly, just clearing out all the angles, clearing out tower, and making their push right into it, not trying to fall into the hands of Team Heat, sitting around corners or just well waiting for them to push right into them. Taking it carefully is definitely the right way. Personally, I would say right now, as you don't really know your opponent you're going up against, how they tend to play. So sometimes you just drone it out, take it slow. But we've definitely seen Monkai bring that explosive energy when they have to.
Yeah, explosive energy. They do have a lot of them with those explosive flash grenades on the form of a Ying by definitely a noob. So we might be seeing some of those go inside up in blue, or maybe when they get some control of the site. They do have only one hard breacher going in for them, that Skipper, the ace. So I'd say Laundry, you still need to open up quite a lot with the three of those hatches and even the blue wall if it gets reinforced up. So I still won't say ace is enough. They would have fared better if they brought in another hard breacher. But still, it's Monka S. They can do a lot with whatever they have, and already we do see the freezer hatch being opened up.
Oh yeah, definitely. With your point, I'd agree with your point of well needing
Bomb
multiple
located by
hard
attackers.
breaches a lot of times, especially if you're bringing ace, right? You use two of your summer charges right there on hatches, so you don't really have. Sometimes if you're dealing with hatches,
Bomb
you
has been
get
located.
well rather delayed on flexibility. I guess Hibana tends to bring much more flexibility these days in terms of hard breach due to her recent buff and her ability to control how much pellets she can shoot. But well, currently, that won't matter at all as you head into the last 40 seconds. Cypher is holding the push right in from the freezer where Monka is mostly making their way on from. Maestro right there to support him with his 60 round mag. Eagle Eye will be roaming upstairs. Gets the first kill. That's Buckinator gone. Twitch, the first frag of the game in the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, and
Definitely.
although Team Heat did prepare for a blue-sided defense, all of
15
the attack
seconds
is coming
remaining.
from the freezer side, and 13 seconds left on the clock. Monkeys have not done much to make any leeway. They try to get into the side. The Maestro, although a little bit delayed, does see the players, and it is a mow down coming in from Team Heat, and I'd say it was mostly due to the lack of hard breachers. If they had some more hard breachers, they would have been able to open up more hatches and maybe diversify their angles of attack. But still, all of them, it seemed like they wanted to push from the freezer, and they just got mowed down by the Alda of the Maestro.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, lack of hard breacher as well as well lack of time management. I would say they were pushed down towards the last few seconds, and they were all just tunneling in from the same direction. Mostly, the only one who was trying to go around, I believe, was the Ying, but he got mowed down there by the Eagle Eye on the Jaeger really early on. So all in all, yeah, just a tunnel vision push. I would say coming in from Monka S, not clearing enough angles, especially considering going in through the freezer wall there. They had a lot of guns trained on them, the Vomai, the Maestro, and well, even though
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many
Maestro
bombs as
did
they
miss out
can.
on one player initially as he got covered hit there by the scope, but well, he found him, he got the kill. And yeah, that's a round one to Team Heat as they will be rotating upstairs now.
Yeah, teammate going upstairs, and now Monka S. I'd say they'd be a bit more prepared. I guess they thought this Kids Dome site would be the first pick coming in from Team Heat due to their selection of operators. But still, now they're pretty sure Monka S that Team Heat are going upstairs, which they are, and they're kind of setting up for a
10
bedroom
seconds left
take. They're
before
trying to
insertion.
deny any access into the bedroom and making that south wall get
5
opened
seconds to
up.
go.
But still, they have some kind of presence inside of attic. They do have
Attackers are moving
similar
out to locate a bomb and
operators.
defuse it.
I do see a Kaiz being played, so that will help deny access to those walls. But still, the main priority is to deny the players actually getting into the bedroom itself.
Yeah, definitely. As well, they will be trying a bit of an alternative approach there, as Firefly does rappel right into Armory as his teammate drones and tells him that it's all clear. It's a bit aggressive and quite early push, but well, considering everything around him is reinforced, it is safe to do so. Cypher is held up inside bedroom there, just holding on for push that might come from the door right there on the balcony, but the Ash might just be able to bring right around. He does seem to have the information on the attackers pushing in, but he is conflicted. There's somebody outside on the balcony as well. The Ash might just be able to run in as there seems to be a quite a loose crossfire out there, and she might just be able to right through it, right into the hands of Cypher, or just take him out. It will all depend as he peeks around. Fresh coming in from Firefly will get lit up by Team Heat.
Yeah, Cypher in a bad position right now, although his friends have got him covered in the smoke. Toxic Babe does get put out now, which forces the Ash to go back. A C4 does get away, but that misses and just makes the Goyo shield go boom. So now this gives some flexibility to these attackers of Monka S. They now have some control of the bedroom and they can start opening up that wall. But opening up that wall would have been a lot easier if they had the ace on board. They only have a Maverick as the hard breacher. So now they have to get very up close and personal. And now we do see the first scan from the Jackal coming out as they do scan the Jaeger, I believe, but it's still there inside of the site. Not much can be done, but the Jaeger does move around a little bit, does dance around, and takes the Jackal. So it's two-man deficit for Monka S.
Yep, already going down in the first 2 minutes of the round. As attacking team, not really something you want to see at all, honestly. And your Ash is on low HP as well. This looks like it just might beat a team heat round. Once again, as we head into the last 45 seconds or so of the round, Eagle Eye has the angle on the door there. As Firefly peeks into him, that's an easy kill from the Jaeger there, who is on top of his game. He's getting fragged all around. He was the one who started out getting fragged for his team in the last round, as well as Bookinator tries to make his way into the site. He is next on the chopping block as Eagle Eye gets the read onto Noob there, dropping into the balcony. Catches the kill. It's a 1v1 situation for the Twitch. Almost unwinnable. Last 15 seconds. Will get pre-fire from all around. Doesn't really have anything he can do. He might just go for the save, but no, he will get the first kill. That's Jaeger finally down. And Monka S can breathe a sigh of relief, but unfortunately they still have 4 more to go, 3 more to go as he gets 1 more, but timed out. Team Heat gets round number 2.
Yeah, our predictions are really going the wrong way because Monka as they have failed to win any rounds and we're into round 3. They still have a lot to go on for them, so it's still too early to call. But still, Monka as they really need to up their game and go up against Team Heat. Team Heat is just holding so beautiful angles and they're just setting up everything so perfectly, especially if the fraggers like Eagle Eye are hitting their shots. I believe that was a 3K in the last round, and he really wanted to go for the quad kill, but Buckinator was there. He was the last person alive, but he was patient. He tried to get the frags. He knew he couldn't do much, so he just was padding his strats. So now the first 2 default sites are done. We're done with laundry. We're done with kids. We're now moving to meeting and a kitchen take. Different teams like to do it differently. Some like to go for a vertical hold. Some like to go for a completely horizontal hold. Let's see how Team Heat set it up.
Yeah, definitely. So far, Team Heat, it's like they're just reading Monka as right a book so far, right? So they know exactly what they might be going for, what play they are considering making at all, and they're holding the perfect crossfires, perfect angles, perfect everything, I would say, so far, as we did see a flawless round coming from the first round, and we almost saw a flawless round coming out there in the second one as well, but those were just a few frags coming out by Firefly, which were in, Bookinator rather, which were in about vein. They didn't really matter at all, considering they were just impactless frags. At that point, the round had already been lost, and Team Heat was just throwing bodies at him for no apparent reason. Well, now they'll be going to an offside, and this is Monka's chance now to just bring out their guns and manage to win out a round for them, get themselves on the board. You don't really want to go down 0-3 on Oregon, since that usually means a reset. That means they can go back to laundry, and that's something that you don't want to deal with. Speaking of not wanting to deal with, Bookinator right there is just done with castle grenade barricades rather, as he runs right in, gets 1. That's Eagle Eye gone, your Jaeger, but will be easily traded rather by Cypher on the field. Oh well, sorry, that was the 4.
Okay, and now things are not looking
frag.
good for Monka S at all. They tried to rush into the offside, but it's just not looking good for them at all. Every one of their 3 players are just getting gunned down one by one, and it's now down to the Twitch and the Ace. Ace was the first guy to go out last round, but now he is one of the last people alive. They know this setup, they know how it's being held, so they're trying to take it slowly right now. They have considerable amount of time on the board for themselves. 1 minute and 40 seconds is a lot in terms of Rainbow Six Siege, where most of the pushes, most of the aggression does happen in the last 30 seconds. But still, The aggression has happened at the start of the map, and aggression we are met with once again. Ali G-Star gets the frag onto Firefly, and it's now all down to Skipper. The ace, he throws a Selma, tries to open up some lines of sight, tries to create some distraction with that smoke, but it won't matter at all. The round is, as was the last round, lost, kind of really lost once again.
Yeah, definitely. Once your rush gets got out, I think, well, at that point, your opponent definitely is wiser to your strats, wiser to your, well, shenanigans of trying to rush into sight. I think Zofia got the first kill there, but the instant she was traded out, Team Heat was right on their toes. They were ready, they were waiting for them to come out and just take care of them right on the dot. And well, that's exactly what happened. They got the first refrag there on Zofia, and then after that, it was just a roll test. They got rid of the rest of the Monkas members relatively easily. No one really got traded at all. He's got one kill, but one kill is all he's going to get, as Ali G-Star is right there on the smoke. He got the first kill of the round, he got the last kill, and there we go. 3-0 Team Heat.
Ooh, Team Heat really turning up the heat in this matchup. Monka S, they really need to find something, some way to deal with this this defense coming out from Team Heat. Now the default side, we're going back to Laundry once again. The last time Monka S tried to go into Laundry, it was they just wasted too much time and they just did not have the operators set to deal with. But this time they are the wiser because they have another hard breach on the board for themselves with the form with Maverick. So they will be able to open up some more hatches, some more walls, but will that be enough? Firefly swaps out into the Iana instead of the Kali, so they want to gather as much as info as they can. And with the presence of the Jackal, the roamers
Attackers
have to
need to
also be
locate and
aware
defuse
because
bombs.
you can easily track their footsteps, providing that Monka S actually make it alive in the initial round, because this is actually looking like a tough task for them. They went for the rush in the last round and they got shut down instantly. In the first round, it was just too late and they got shut down. And in the second round, it was still the first person to die was their hard breaches. So it's not really looking good at all. You want to keep your hard breaches alive. Those are your second support players. Those are the ones who usually have the diffuser in hand and go for the plant at the end of the day. But if they're dead, they can't do anything,
5
can they?
seconds to go.
Yeah, so I guess as far as
Attacker's
we've seen
objective is to
currently,
locate a bomb and
time
defuse it.
management is a bit of an issue for Monka S, right? When they tried to rush, I guess some of the players slowed down. They weren't on the same pace there. Zofia did manage to get in, but got refragged, and then the rest of the team were just a little slow to react, in my opinion. As well, Team Heat just got the gist of them and took them all out. In the first round as well, we saw them running really low on time there, not really having anything to do at all. So we'll have to see if they manage to improve themselves coming into the round this time around. As well, Iana clone will make her way inside bunker there and will spot out most of the setup coming out by Team Heat there of the smoke playing inside. Eagle Eye, however, is still on the roam, or the lurk rather, as he is on the small tower stairs waiting for anybody to push in. He does spot the door getting open, but he will decide to make his way back and support his teammates as pre-fire is coming out, and the ADS is just capturing a last bit of utility there from Monka, as no more ADS charges left currently. If they act quickly, they might just be able to take it out, but it looks like Firefly has wasted both of his grenades right into the ADSs there. That's really quite unfortunate, especially considering since you have a Twitch right there who might have been able to help and take care of them. But alas, no, they have everything prepped. Team Heat have the mute jammer there, they have the ADSs there. They're prepared for Monka S in every way imaginable currently, as Eagle Eye just being around the shield, gets rid of Firefly. That's the opening frag again for Team Heat, and well, so far from what we've seen, Team Heat gets the frag and they heat up even more. They get more and more kills. It has another charge coming out there from Monka S. I believe those were the Ace Salvas trying to get rid of the shield here. Both of them wasted. If you waste that much time, my dude, obviously the ADS is gonna come back up, and that just ate up Selma charges like food, obviously. But yeah, he does manage to get the refrag, but we are down to the last minute. Twitch will run down and make her way inside boiler room, but not much to avail. We still have a lot of crossfires coming in there from Team Heat. They are just waiting for Monka S to push right into
Bomb
their hands.
located
Will
by
they be able to
attackers.
take the gunfight, or will Monka S just frag out and win it out? The Qualifier inside bunker just well, dissuading the attackers from pushing right in. Last 30 seconds left. A grenade coming out there from definitely a noob. Will toss it, but Cypher gets the kill and the nades will get missed. No kills there coming out from Monka S as well. Another spray coming out there from both the teams. Will get equal fragging, but Cypher gets the advantage for his team right there as Bookinator is all on his lonesome. Once again, 1v2 situation, 17 seconds remaining. The Maestro taking no risk, plays far away with the Alda and mows him down. Really quite easy for him.
Yeah, not a single round on attack so far from Monka S. Had in the last round, had the Maverick and the Iana worked together with 4 of those frag grenades, they might have been able to flush out the player holding blue doors, but still they were just too far away. The Maverick was focusing on opening up hatches, I believe, and that was just a really good setup coming out. The Twitch drone was completely nullified with the placement of the mute jammers, and Monka S, they're just not looking up into their game. I know it's early in the morning, but Monka S, you cannot be sleeping against Team Heat right now. It's 4-0. There's no way you can even tie this half. The best thing that can happen for you is a 2-4 half, and I'd still say a 2-4 half is on attack is still money. It's better than nothing, but I was really predicting Monka S to play better than this.
Yeah, 2-4 is well looking rather hopeful, I guess, still considering the current way it's going. Team Heat, well, okay, so the last round, right? Let's take the Iron Door. That was the closest round we've seen so far. And even still, Team Heat was just chilling. They had everything going in their direction. When the last one came to it, the Maestro was just chilling on his cam, unbothered inside freezer. No one came to take care of him. So like he had nothing to worry about. For the last few seconds, he was on his cam right there, just shooting, just enjoying playing a video game inside a video game. He was playing mini games, dude. And well, when he got bored of those, he just got off and just shot the Twitch and won the round for his team, right? So yeah, all in all, Team Heat, well, looks like they're sitting pretty. They don't have anything to sweat about currently, and they might just be going in here for a 6-0 on the half. We'll have to see how it goes. Also, all in all, this is quite surprising since I guess the last few calls, right? We've seen a lot of Oregon, and it has mostly been attackers sided, curiously. So yeah, it's been weird.
Yeah, it's been weird because, but I'd say I'd give props where props is due, because Eagle Eye, he is just playing out of his mind. He's shooting every shot. We do see definitely a noob progressing onto the armory, opening up that wall. There is a player right on the left of that wall. That is the Goyo. So he's holding the angles. He's making sure that nobody can aggress in. His Goyo shields are posted up elsewhere, but Cypher, aggressive move coming out from him, tries to go for the peek into the unsuspecting Iana, who had just put up the Iana clone, but still the Iana was aware of it and completely shut him down. So that is your mute taken off the board, and I believe also bedroom control given to the attackers. Although there is a Jaeger ADS and a shield set up inside of the bedroom, there's no players to defend those things, and Ace should be able to open up that wall easily. The mute jammers and every utility inside of the place gets denied, gets taken out. It makes things look a bit easier for Monka S, but it's the flank might just be coming in from the Jaeger. He is still downstairs there, but if he makes his way up the stairs, he will find 1 or 2 unsuspecting players of Monka S. There's a player right in front of him. He sees the Twitch, takes him out, and it's a 4-4. The score, the man count is leveled right now. Monka S, just as they were trying to go in for a push, go in for the attack onto the side, they get denied.
Definitely, man count level, time wasted, really good lurk coming out there from the Jaeger so far as Iana makes her way around, going back inside the armory. Jaeger will hear the repel as he tries to look around to find where it is, but the Iana isn't there really to bother him, as she will be going around to armory, possibly to hold any flank comes out. But well, he doesn't really need to flank if he has vertical angles working for him, right? He just shoots him through the floor, and that's Bookinator gone. Oh well, Firefly gone rather. So yeah, another man down there from Team Heat. Not really looking good for them. Team Heat did start the round off looking a bit too bold, I would say, considering the peak there coming out from the mute as he went on to the Iana. But yeah, currently they are back on their paces right now. Definitely not a noob, just stuck between a rock and a hard hit, getting shot from all around, worried about Jaeger flanking, but he'll get the kills. He'll get the kill. Cool kills actually elsewhere, and all up to the Maestro in a 1v2 situation, but the all that just goes and he will get one. But yeah, Jackson with the 3K out in the round, saving the round for his team. Really, really well done there from him, if I do say so.
Yeah, Monka did start off the round well, and they do manage to get the first round on the board for themselves. But still, it looked looked a bit very dicey in the middle, especially by the lurk coming out from the Jaeger. Eagle Eye is just hitting shots out of his mind. He knows where everyone is, and he is. It's just a matter of him finding you, and you're dead. It's. There's no question. He did finally get shut down by the Zofia upstairs, but still, it ate up quite a lot of time, and it was down to the last few seconds. There were some mistakes made by Team Heat at the end, and we see the aggression coming out from Team Heat. They were starting off the match very seriously. They were giving Monka as that the respect that they deserve, but now we can see that Team Heat are now realizing that okay, we're also very good, so we can just go up against them, give them no respect, make aggressive peaks, and maybe get a kill or two. So that mentality is slowly building up inside of them, but Monka S maybe is a start of their comeback, because they really need every round they can get, and this is the last round on their attack.
Oh yeah, definitely. Maybe the side switch will help them up, but for now they still have one more round to play on attacking side, and well, they did manage to dismantle Team Heat once on the bedroom side. They might just be able to do it again. It all really comes down to how Team Heat plays that once again. And so rather a lot of mistakes coming out there from Team Heat. They weren't as cautious as we've seen them go. And yeah, all in all, it's just being a bit too loose with a team like Monka S, who is, well, rather well known for their ability to just eat away at any gap that you give them. And well, if you give them gaps, they will eat them as just then well finish their breakfast right away. It might be a little late in the day considering they are 4 rounds down, but this time they might just be able to get another one here. We'll have to see how that goes. The Cypher just still playing rather aggressive along with Goyo, considering there are people on the balcony already. Oh well, actually no, they have made their way down away from the balcony, as we did see the Iana get there. I guess they're starting to decide for a different sort of push right now, as 4-player station outside the main door will be the Zofia, who's the first one to run in. The Jaeger just runs out again and will manage to tag up the Iana, taking no damage for himself. Really aggressive players from Team Heat.
Yeah, and what that Jaeger runout does is now Monka S have to be very scared of that, and they have to use up considerable amount of manpower to flush out that Jaeger. As we can see, Zofia, instead of focusing on upstairs, he is now on guard duty. He's making sure the lurk again does not come out, and that is one of your men. Zofia, of all people, just spent downstairs doing essentially nothing. And Eagle Eye will, even though he was being watched, he just went into Buckinator and shot him down. So yeah, again, Monka S not starting off the round good at all. The Zofia does manage to go upstairs, but still, the lurker is a free. He can now run around and do anything they want to. I don't know if they have any drone set up for the lurk coming in, but still, they have to have that scratch at the back of their minds.
Oh yeah, definitely. Along with the Jaeger, their second boss, I would say at this point, is Cypher. As we head into the last minute, will they be able to clear him out from the bedroom? I'd say he's done more than his fair share of work currently, just holding up inside the bedroom, not dying for 2 minutes, but right as I say that, he will get shot down by the skipper, just a pixel around the shield there, as well. The ace will clear out the mute. The Jackal trying to find the batteries, the kite charges, the whatever might be on the wall. For goodness sake, as you feel, unfortunate for him. You can see the desperation coming out there. As they are low on time, he doesn't know where the Jaeger is. He is worried all around. And yeah, but I believe he managed to get it right there. As you can hear the wall being open. Yeah, definitely. As Eagle Eye just sitting inside security, will get one. The Jaeger has no idea he's there. He's just waiting, dude. He's just letting his mood come to him. As well, Ali G starts next on the line. Will lay down for the peak, but Firefly with a better scope, I believe, will get the kill, but not without a refrag coming right on by the Goyo. 1v3 situation as Kai takes out another one, and he'll get the last one as well. So, 3 players alive still.
Yeah, I don't know what Monka S did. The Jackal. the Jackal of all people was in charge of lurk duty, and he did not use any of his scans. Even if you don't have any scans left, you still can use your gadget to see some footprints. And as after the buff to Jackal, I believe you can see the different colors in the footsteps and know that okay, someone was here right now. So he just completely, I guess, forgot that he had a gadget, and he did not scan any footsteps or anything. He was just so preoccupied by the layers of defense set by Team Heat onto the bedroom defense. They just did not have any time. They just lost their minds, and they were just so flustered. There was I believe three layers. I believe three layers of defense set up on the bedroom side. There was the mute with the mute jammer and the Goyo shield. So you had to take him out, and after you take him out, you have to go into that small room and then open the wall. And when you go to open that wall, what do you see? There's a Kaid Electroclaw right there. You have to destroy that, and Jackal has to go downstairs, struggles to find it, and even after finding it and getting half of the wall opened up, he just forgets about his gadget and gets shut down by the lurker. So it's not looking good for Monka S at all.
Oh yeah, definitely. You got so invested in the other lines of defense coming out from Team Heat, you forgot about their first line of defense, which has been the Jaeger so far, just running around the entire map, taking out whoever he finds, being really, really good on the 416 there, not missing any of his shots from what we've seen so far. He has been managed to get caught out a few times, but those have been by better positioning for Monka S rather than sheer gunfight skill. I would say from what we've seen, the Jaeger is just on another level right now, and if you ignore him, well, that's what happens, right? You walk right into him as well. Unfortunately, even after the Jaeger, they weren't really paying a lot of attention to the Kite playing inside attic. He just managed to swing back or swing around, get one, get two, and there's nothing Monka S could have done about it so far. As well, the half did end 5-1. They did manage to get one round, but well, now we're sitting here questioning: was it a fluke of a win?
Oh, there's that big word. There's the fluke word. But yeah, I'd say Monka S, if they want to take care of the roam, just bring a Nomad in. The Nomad is not banned. So yeah, the Nomad could have been useful to take care of the lurk of the Jaeger, but still, they opted to go for the Jackal time and time again. Maybe it was because of the shotgun primarily, not because of the gadget, but still, it was a wrong choice, and those wrong choices did cost them quite a lot. Eagle Eye was the aggressor, and now on when the rounds have flipped, the sides have now flipped, and Wonka S is on the defense. So Eagle Eye, he is again aggressing on with the Ash in play, but it's not looking good at all for Wonka S. They're just one round defeat away from Team Heat's match point, and after Team Heat go to match point, it's going to get harder for Monka S. Oh, they will have their backs up against the wall, and they will not have a single round to lose. They will have to win five back-to-back rounds to take this to an overtime of all things.
Yeah, definitely. A few technical issues coming out there. I'd just like to mention, just hold on for a bit, guys, as we are trying to sort them out. We will be going into the round, apparently, in, well, a bit of a deficit coming out from the side of Monka S. They will be losing one player and deciding to go forward with four players, which is rather quite interesting considering how low down you are on man count. So this is going to be rather hard for them, all in all.
Is the tilt factor sinking in, or is it just internet issues? We will not know in this matchup. We might know in Twitter, because we do know South Asia Twitter is pretty hot with memes and everything. So yeah, we'll know about that later. But internet issues are a big factor in our region. It's teams do lose and upsets do happen. And Monka S, this is looking like an upset for them. They have a four-man setup. They're choosing to go for a Kids Domes take, but there are no shields present, so I believe they won't be able to focus on the bedrooms at all. We do see the Aruni being played and the Surya gates being placed inside of bedroom, and also between the attic and the main bedroom. So it's going to be interesting how they approach it and how Team Heat approaches their attack. Will they be able to secure match point?
Or will Monka S be doing the miracle run coming back from a 5-3? Well, those are the questions we ask, and those are the questions that will be answered in the next few rounds right here as well. Team Heat will be making their way right inside tower to start things off, to start off their man control, or well, map control rather. As well, Aruni is held up right inside attic, waiting for any sort of push that might come out there from Team Heat. They are obviously running the double hard breacher to start things off, and they are running a double soft breacher to support it right off. A bit of a different pick, I would say, compared to Bonka, as we are seeing a sledge come out. But yeah, all in all, it should be all fine as there we go. The Maverick is making his peak holes already as well. The Maestro holding a pixel angle with his ult, a really, really powerful gun there, especially on long ranges since the gun is so consistent. As Aruni just peeks right in, puts her head in. And well, unfortunately, the Maestro headshot, that would have been rather unpretty, so to say. But yeah, all in all, Maverick doing his work nice and swiftly, first of the round, and he has made a hole to walk inside of attic. And they seem to have control of the bedroom since they have managed to breach it out successfully as well.
Yeah, and look at Team Heat. They do bring a Nomad into play. They don't want what Eagle Eye did on their defense happen to them. So yeah, the Nomad will be there, making sure nobody tries to run around where they aren't supposed to. And yeah, X-Firefly, although he was supposed to be the defenders, he gets shut down. And now it's a 5v3 coming out for it. Okay, as I was saying that, Eagle Eye shot after shot after shot, and
Attackers recover.
we are just done with the round. Wow,
Yeah, did someone check his PC for 444 because oh, Eagle Eye is on another level. He just peeks in, gets the kill. I think he played way too much aim labs today for his own health, as he's just hitting all the shot, not missing anything. Just peeks right into well, an angle being held by the defender. The defender knew that Ash might, well, someone might just come in there, might peek, but well, even if you know someone's coming there, if you can't hit them, you can't win, right? And that's exactly what Eagle Eye relied on. Peeked in and got the first frags off, using that advantage for himself perfectly as he puts his team on to match point. As I believe a bit of a rehost call coming out there from Monka S, and we will be heading back towards Caster Cams right now.
Yeah, QB, the person to DC, is now coming, hopefully is coming back after the rehost,
Attackers need to
internet
locate and
issues,
defuse
online
bombs.
Rainbow Six Siege, any online competition. These technical issues do happen, so please bear with us in the meantime. But, oh, the match, what is this happening? Team Heat just bulldozering over Monka S 6-1.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think at this point we could just call it Ash, Jaegermain, and friends. Right? It's just not much from the rest. I mean, they are doing their own part. Believe me, I'm not saying they're not doing anything at all. But dude, the Ash Jaeger coming out there from them right now, it's on another level. Firefly just getting, oh, I believe it's Firefly. Excuse me if I'm wrong though. But getting all the kills, just getting all the opening frags, just doing work for
Eagle
his
Eye.
team, winning them out. Eagle Eye, yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Fireflies on one guys. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, they're not getting any
So,
frags, bro.
Yep. Unfortunately for Firefly so far. But yeah, Eagle Eye, like, just corrected me. He's just all on another level. Eagle Eye and friends, I guess we can call it right now.
Yeah.
Because, oh, he's just running in, getting all the kills. And Monkaius is just like, what? And yeah, that's basically what's happening so far from what we've seen. As we are heading into the rehost, we might just see a bit more fight coming out there, since unfortunately going into your first defensive round, you had one man down, and that's not something you want to see at all.
Yeah, but defensive round, I'd say even if we can't excuse round number 7 from Monkaias because they were down one man to begin with, we cannot excuse the 5 rounds that they lost on attack. Remember round 1 where the laundry was the site of choice on the defense for Team Heat, and they completely set up for a blue push, and Monkaias completely ignored that and they went for a freezer push, but they forgot to bring enough hard breachers. Ace only has 3 Selma, bombas, and 2 of them were used to open up that hatch. He has 1 left that cannot be used to open up any hatch. They had to go for a wall push, but they chose not to. They went to freezer. The time was burned out so much. The maestro, even though he missed the guy, he finds the second one and time runs out. Monkey's are flustered. That round goes to the hands of Team Heat. And we were thinking, okay, Monkey's, they're just bad at time managing, but no, they're just bad at everything. It seems like I'm sorry if I'm being harsh on Monka S, but it is not looking good for the players who played in the majors.
Oh yeah, definitely. I would have to agree with you there. It's just like Team Heat has their number. They know everything they're going to do. They're just waiting for them at this point, right? They're not making a lot of mistakes. They made a few mistakes in round number 5, I believe, and well, Monkas did get the better of that time. But now they are on match point, and well, basically it's their match to lose, right? Monka S cannot make any more mistakes, and well, so far they've only made mistakes, unfortunately. So this is going to be a rough situation for them. We are berating on Monka S a little bit, but that's definitely not to take away from all the well incredible plays, incredible strategy coming out there from Team Heat. They're just aware. They know what to do. They know how to do it. They know how to get it done. And well, so far they've been successful, 6 rounds. And yeah, only need one more to go out of well 5 chances actually. Yeah. So out of 5 chances, they need one more round. That's looking quite doable from them.
Yeah, I was setting this next matchup to be against Valiants versus Monka S. So there go my predictions out of the window. Yeah, predictions. I got completely played. So yeah, Monka S are now up against match point from Team Heat as we are in for a small rehost. Monka S have player issues and that player just got DC'd. It was not a tilt. So I was wrong there too. It's just these matches and these teams are just hellbent on making me wrong. So I'm gonna stop making predictions and making assumptions. But still, the Rios is coming in. We might happen to see the only round that is being played, considering how Monka S is playing this matchup. I am still keeping my fingers crossed for a 5 back-to-back round win for Monka S, I believe.
I mean, speaking of the tilt factor, that's definitely a big play here, right? So, considering you're down 5 rounds, even if that wasn't tilt, there's some tilt going on, right? You're not just sitting calmly there. You're like, this is fine with fires all around, right? This is not a meme situation. There's obviously some aggressive calls going on, aggressive comms coming in, and yeah, the tilt factor is definitely real for Monka S right now. They have to keep their wits about as well. Like previously mentioned, they don't have any room to make errors, right? They're just down, and especially considering everything, this is a one and done. If you lose this, you're out of qualifiers. Yeah, sure, you have next week, but next week also has mercenaries in there and quite possibly union gaming depending on how it goes. But
don't.
yeah, so it's not looking good. There's not a lot of gap there. And well, speaking of a lot of gap, there is no gap. We're back into the game. And yeah, match point. Let's go. Round number 8, which is well quite swift considering it's match point, honestly.
Yeah, I did not expect. I expected this to go the other way, but it's completely different right now. And Monka S are 1 and Team Heat are 6. Oh my God, who would have thought that this would happen? But now Monka SQB is back, so they're 5-man strong, and they're going to kids once again for their defense. They tried to do it the last time around. They had a Rooney gate set up. They had everything going on for them, but yeah, Eagle Eye being, I'd say he has Eagle Eyes because he's not missing any shots. I believe he had 10 frags before the rehost, and after this, I'm pretty sure he will add 1 or 2 to his tally, I'd say.
Oh yeah, definitely a few more. There's not around Qualifier that Eagle Eye hasn't made his presence known so far. And well, the QB is playing Valkyrie, so that's a really quite crucial operator personally, as a lot of information the Valkyrie does bring in for the entire team. and letting them know where their opponents are pushing from. But we'll have to see how big of a difference it actually makes when it comes to playing the rounds out, right? A few times
10
throwing
seconds
out
to
why the
insertion.
Valkyrie there, as we've just seen all around the map,
5 seconds
usually
to
in
go.
positions, well, mostly actually in positions where the attackers are known to be pushing from.
Attackers must
They like to
locate
have
and
that little
defuse a
bit of
bomb.
information coming out there. And well, yeah, so tried and tested, same lineup coming out there from Team Heat though.
Yeah, Team Heat really they are the wiser against Monka S because they have not chosen a Jackal like Monka S, and I cannot praise enough with the Nomad pick. If Monka S tried to aggress with the Lurk and the Roam, they would get shut down, but they're not going for it at all. Definitely a noob, slightly aggressing right beside that armory door, but he's waiting for the drone peak to come in, takes out the drone, and has to fall back because this is not a safe position. You can get pushed from below, you can get pushed from armory window. So yeah, he falls back into trophy room, but now he has a tough task ahead of him. He has to stop the players from aggressing into the bedroom and opening up that wall. Although there is a maestro being played, that evil eye can be used to deny any ace selmas they Ali G Star has. They do have a Maverick being played, so yeah, the Maverick is already doing his work inside of Attic. Oh, two players have dropped through Attic. I believe there are Nomad charges set, and the Nomad itself is also holding the angle. So definitely a noob gets spotted out. Nomad air jabs aren't needed to spot out the player, but now they can sit comfortably knowing, okay, the Lark was coming in, but he cannot anymore.
Well, speaking of cannot anymore, Eagle Eye cannot do
We
anything for
jinxed
this
him.
round.
We
Yep,
jinxed.
yep, proving us round once again. Unfortunate, but there we go. The Nomad will get the kill on Yubi, the Rihos guy. Gone, unfortunately, but luckily for us, his cameras will be still in the round, making impacts for his team. Really good drone game, I would like to point out, coming out there from Team Heat. So far, as they're aware, they have drones in all positions, and I guess a dead person might just help them cover their flanks on the drones. Who knows how it goes? As well, rest of the team themselves are quite capable of getting the frag last minute
Attackers have
left. A
located a
drone coming
bomb.
in there right besides the sledge, droning inside trophy, just making it sure it's all clear, making their pushes down, and all in all just being comfortable as well.
A
Speaking
bomb
of
has been located.
comfortable, there's Nomad making Monka as uncomfortable as two players are downstairs, I believe, as it's only Cruzy inside. This looks like if Team Heat managed to get the collapse down, they might just be in for an easy win. But no, not if Firefly has anything to say for it. He gets the kill onto the Nomad, finally shutting her down after getting a two-piece. Last 20 seconds left.
Yeah, and
Will
the
they?
okay, they're going for the diffuser plan, but
Well,
AMST,
15
okay,
seconds to go.
AMST is
what?
just hitting everything. Firefly, the last person alive, and I believe he is just so far
Attackers
away
are
from the site. The
activating the
diffuser
bomb
plan
diffuser.
will go down, and the sides have now turned. Although Monka S are on defense, they're the ones who are aggressing. Firefly does hear out the Nomad air jab, manages to take him out, but I don't think that will help you at all. You're just shooting at dead bodies, and now you've lost 30 HP going up against these three players. They all know where you are, and you cannot hit the shot. GG's in the chat. Upset number 3, I believe, in this South Asian Nationals. And yeah, Monka S are out. They can't even go to the closed qualifiers. Sorry, my bad. They can't even go into the nationals because they're out, and they have to play out week number 4 where there's mercenaries and whatever team that is left to qualify. That might be Union Gaming, that might be Valiants, that might be so many potential teams. They are left to qualify yet into number 4 qualifiers.
What a match we just had, dude. That was insane coming out
Yeah.
there from Team Heat, just on a burner, right? They brought the heat, the truth of the name. And yeah, we'll have more matches to watch of them. That's what has me excited, honestly. I didn't really expect such a good showing coming out from them. And yeah, all in all, really, really well done. And congratulations for them for making it all the way into semis, and well, possibly making it into the finals. We'll have to wait for that though. No predictions here because they don't work simply.
Yeah.
And yeah, we have had a rather unfortunate luck so far with them. But that's fine. It tends to happen. It's okay. But for now, that was the match we had bring to you, and yeah, interesting match. I'm still quite shocked, honestly,
Yeah,
by the
yeah.
results coming out there. You don't really expect Monka S to go down that easily, especially in the last round. They had a 3v3 situation, right? And well, the sled just came in swinging and got rid of everybody. So cool, why
Yeah,
not? Might as well.
especially when I was looking at the past match histories in this qualifiers of Team Heat, they went 8-7 up against Jeter Vyuha. So I was expecting Monka S to win, if not win, even put up a good fight. 7-1 is not a good fight. It's nowhere near a good fight. You just won a single round on a kid's defense where where Team Heat were not paying any respect to Monka S. They were just rushing, and even though they were rushing, they got lurk kills, and it was very, very close, down to a 1v1 win for Monka S at the end. But still, Team Heat, beautiful, beautiful plays coming out from them. 7-1 victory surely will set them up quite nicely up against the winners of Team Valiants versus Deadeye Esports. I'm not sure whoever will win that match. I'm not going to make any predictions. I did make a prediction at the start of the match, but I'm gonna take that back. Go
7
away. Yeah, yeah. So
for us.
yeah, it'll be very interesting to see that match. But after this match, we should have another matchup. I don't know how long it will take for us to set that up, but if it is set up, we will share the links everywhere. So come back.
Yep. See you soon.
Welcome back, everyone, to the South Asian Nationals Open Qualifiers number 3. This is, of course, the semi-finals, the final step that these teams need in order to qualify for the closed qualifiers. And after that, in order to qualify for the APAC League, this is, of course, going to be Team Valiants up against Team Heat. I'm CCV, joined alongside TJ Bab and TJ. After this game, now that you have just seen Team Heat in action win against Monka S, what do you expect out of them?
At the beginning of the Team Heat versus Monka S, I did not expect much, but I don't know if it was Monka S. I don't want to take away the credit from Team Heat because they played exceptionally, especially Eagle Eye. But Monka S, they were just not in the map at all. The only round they won was an attack on kids, but that was it. And that round came down to a 1v1. And in that round, as I did mention in the last match, it was because Team Heat were not paying any respects. They were rushing, they were running out, and it was just a mess. And that's how Monka S won. And it was just so hard to watch, man.
It was painful, but yeah, judging and looking at the opponents as well, we got Team Valiants, and these guys, they've had a journey and a half so far. They started against Sage Empire. It went 7-5, another very, very close game. And yeah, that was one of the games that I didn't expect it to go to 12 rounds of regulation, but it still did. Sage Empire versus Valiants, of course, it happened offline. It wasn't shown, but yeah, just judging by the brackets. And that was also played on Oregon. So seeing that as how, both of these teams have had good journeys heading into Oregon. You just talked about Team Heat beating Monkas right there. Team Valiants won that. Then they played against Deadeye Esports as well, a 7-4 victory. And that was on Coastline. Well, again, it's Team Valiants. They can get those skills to an extent. And yeah, but now we move on to a completely new map. So let's bring up the map bans as a matter of fact. Let's show and let's see, which maps are going to be brought out and which maps are going to be played as well.
Yeah, speaking
And
of the map bans, here they are, and Clubhouse is our map of choice. So it's really a breath of fresh air. But in this
yeah.
region, it's always either we're playing Clubhouse or we're playing Oregon. So yeah, we're in this cycle. But still, Clubhouse, it's an interesting map. We did see Team Valiants play quite a lot of it, but if I remember correctly, they run the SSG style roam on their defense. I don't know if they still do run it, but this time they won't be going on defense. They are the attackers, they are the aggressors at the beginning, and Team Heat, they will be on defense.
Oh, right now, for the side of Team Heat, I've got to see, and you were really highlighting, and one player that all of us saw really popping off for their side was, of course, Eagle Eye. That man, he was just tearing apart, players left, right, and center, left, right, and center for his team, getting a ton of kills. So keeping that in mind, this, in my eyes, is going to be another very gunfight centric game. Purely because we just witnessed on the Twitch channel beforehand on the sorry, for the quarterfinals, we saw Deimos Force against Espara. And there, out of 12 rounds, 10 of them ended with one team being completely eliminated. And the remaining 2 rounds were either the time ran out or the diffuser was planted. One of those two things. So that was a very, very gunfight centered game as well. A very gunfight centered match. I want to see, and I can expect we can see that coming here as well out of Team Valiants and Team Heat. They've been performing. They're completely warmed up after this, after the quarterfinals they just played right now. I can presume that, all of them are all of their communications on all their comms are on point as well. I don't see any reason why they shouldn't be. And we're just getting confirmation that the players are almost all ready. It's just about to start in a very, very quick jiffy. But till then, TJ, what is your prediction? Who do you think is going to go into the closed qualifiers from this game?
Yeah, I was going to predict Team Valiants will win, but after the matchup I saw from Team Heat, oh my goodness, they just completely trashed Monka S. And after that win against Monka S, if I was in Team Heat, I would be hyped up. My confidence level would be so high, right up at the top. So I would be easily taking fights against Team Valiants, and I would leave no stone unturned. I would basically run over Team Valiants if I was given the chance to. I'd say Monka S did not show up properly, but Team Valiants, they're prepared. They just won the map against Deadeye. So every one of these teams should be at the top of their game right now.
And you know what? To an extent, I can agree. I think that Team Heat, they have it in them to qualify for the closed qualifiers purely because, well, round qualifier number 3, and in general, so far from what we've seen, all of these qualifiers, they've been the qualifier of the underdogs. These, they haven't really gone a lot in favor of the big standing giants, of the colossal giants, and of not just, of course, the most prominent teams in the form of UG and MRCZ, but also teams that earlier had shown domination, earlier had, say, for example, played in majors and closed qualifiers, etc. I'm talking about Monkai, who played both of the majors, but now they're out. Kira Esports, well, they qualified in qualifier number 2, so congratulations to them. They had a good journey, and well, yeah, we will see them shortly after a few days and a few weeks in the closed qualifier. So yeah, they're preparing for now. They're fixing all of their mistakes. But yeah, apart from that, all the teams that used to play in closed qualifiers, all the teams that to an extent we can say were, I don't know, the better teams, the more well-known teams of this region, all of them are being thrashed in the mud right here. Union Gaming versus Gamer Syndicate. I'm not really sure what the result is going on right now. We'll see that happening on Twitch. The game, whichever team qualifies from there on out, it's still in progress. I believe it was going into overtime or whatever, from what I heard. Unfortunately, it was off stream, so not a lot of updates for that. But whereas, looking at the bracket as well, Deimos Force losing to Espada as well. Espada, they had a lot of roster changes. I remember Espada from, I say, the start of the TEC season, the second TEC season one. And since then, they have had a lot of roster changes. Actually, one of their players, Ashrit, is now going to play in Team Heat. And speaking of playing, well, both these teams are going to be playing very, very quickly. It looks like we are jumping into the game. And yeah, let's see what comes of this game. So, TJ, about operator bans, what are your thoughts? Are we going to see the regular operator bans?
Thatcher.
Yeah,
I'd say Thatcher being banned at the start, because this is like the default ban. Melusi also being banned, I would call. But we did see some anomalies. Okay, Thatcher not being banned. So Hibana after the recent update is quite an interesting and a very important operator, I'd say, because she can use her pallets to destroy so many of the hatches and open up so many lines of sight. And there you go, the Thatcher ban does come out eventually, sooner rather than later. But still, the Hibana ban will play a crucial role, because you have to rely on Thermite and Ace, and Ace, as we know, is not that good at opening up hatches. And in Clubhouse, if the players choose to go downstairs, you have to open up quite a few hatches. So yeah, Hibana being banned, it's going to be very, very tough for Team Valiants on attack.
Oh yes, Team Valiants, they'll have to utilize a lot of Maverick. So, whoever played, after a little bit of this off season, with no major tournaments going on and all, let's see, what they've chosen for whom they've chosen to play their Maverick. And the defender bans are interesting. Goyo being banned, okay, that's not, I mean, we do see Goyo bans, but usually, in my eyes, a lot of the times it comes from Union Gaming. I don't see any other team banning a lot of Goyo other than UG. And Vamai, all right, a standard ban. I've seen this ban come from, well, mainly from Kira Esports as well. So yeah, again, what I'm trying to convey here is these are very, very known bans, not a lot going really out of the blue. It's just, I think that these teams may have prepared something out of their strat book. They've brought something else to the table and they want to bring it out. As we can see, okay, it looks like they're going for the SSG roam. So not just Team Valiants, TJ, but it looks like Team Heat are going for the traditional SSG second floor hold. And in my eyes, the biggest thing that is up with this roam is the fact that you have to essentially get your roamers to safety. Whoever is your roamer, whether it's the Vigil, the Mozzie, the Mute, the Castle playing inside of Bar, your priority should be getting back to the site if danger starts to rise. If you're in a very dangerous position, let's say the attackers are pinching on you, closing in on you, you gotta fall back as soon as possible. You cannot waste another second. That's the biggest thing what SSG themselves did, and all the other teams that have adapted the strategy take this as their priority. They don't want to go for a lot of gunfights. I get that, Eagle Eye is a brilliant killer, and the entire team of Team Heat and Valiants, they're excellent at their individual mechanical abilities. But at the same time, you will have to prioritize falling back to the objective when it is necessary, so that you don't lose out on all of your anchors.
Yeah, and speaking of this match, let's talk about the other match. Yuji finally won against Gamer Syndicate. It was a close one. It was an 8-7. Okay, well, we won't get time to talk about that match because Big Dog got the first kill onto the Monty. So yeah, I was going to focus on one weakness that the SSG room has was the aggression, unrelenting aggression coming out from the attackers, and yeah, that aggression was met swiftly. Although beforehand, the Zofia did manage to get 2 frags. The Cypher was there with a murder hole, but he was completely spotted out. And Eagle Eye, oh no! He's hitting the shots, but the shots are to your friend, and now he's the only person alive. He has a castle barricade right behind him to help him out. But oh no, he's the last person alive. And again, as I was saying, the Roam gate completely gets shut down because the players of Valiants were like, no, we're rushing into the site, and they got all the kills required, and even the defenders, they helped them get the frags. Oh my goodness.
Eagle Eye right now, suffering from success. He gets so many headshots that, he just cannot get enough of them, and he kills his own teammate. But yeah, except for that unfortunate kill, overall, it was a very unfortunate round for Team Heat. Not a lot can be said about that, purely because of just the off-guard nature that Valiants got them, to an extent. Even the both of us, we were also surprised at how Valiants just pushed into Garage, got the opening kill, got the 2 opening kills as well, which was of course Dibjol on the Zofia. Brilliant performance coming from him, creating that opening, creating that sense of urgency in the other defenders that, oh my god, 2 of our players have died, 2 of our roamers are gone. What do we do now? The attackers are getting map control. Instantly, they are not slowing down at all. We have to act on it. And in trying to act on it, Team Heat, they just completely faltered a little bit. They got a few kills. It was a 3v2. But after that team kill, yeah, the round fell out of your hands. So I guess that Team Heat, they've gone for bar and stock. I'm so sorry. They've gone for basement, church, and Arsenal once again. However, they're going to adopt a different strategy. This is a more of a neutral strategy. You'll have a few roamers on towards second floor, maybe even the first floor, but it's going to be a very, very free-flowing roam. They won't have a lot of utility. They'll just push towards whichever angles they want to. They'll look and they'll look into rooms that they'll feel like camping inside or whatever. Meanwhile, the anchors are going to be the stronger core of the defensive half. You got Amst playing the Maestro. You've got Ali playing the Smoke. To an extent, even Ashrit can play in the Melusi inside of Generator as he was doing, or whatever needs to happen. Meanwhile, Valiants, yeah, they've adopted a new strategy as well. They're going for the Monty.
Yeah, Monty is going to be interesting, but I was still stuck on the last round because one thing that is hard to go up against the teams who run the SSG strat themselves is that they know the weaknesses, and Valiants, they have been perfecting that strat for themselves quite a lot, and they knew the weaknesses. As soon as they saw the operators being picked, they knew, okay, this is an SSG style room. What we do is focus on our weaknesses, and our weaknesses, their weaknesses were the weaknesses of Team Heat, and they got completely shut down. But now this is different round. The SSG stat is not being held, so Valiants, in addition to the Monty, which is going to put out some interesting plays, they do have 3 hard breachers, so that Hibana ban is forcing them up to put out as many hard breach capabilities as they can. And now I believe the bar hatch has already been opened up. Calculated is focusing on main stairs. Maestro is trying to deny the main church wall being opened up. He does have some impact. Oh no, he does not have any impact names, but Ashrit does have some. So that wall being opened up, it's going to be a tough task for them. The Monty does get inside through Memorial, and he is trying to make his way inside of church. He does not spot anyone rotating around, but I'm sure the main focus of them is now opening up the church wall. There is somewhat of a first floor presence, but most of the from the attackers, but most of the defenders, if not all of them, are just hungered up inside of the site.
Oh yeah, the defenders, they're playing extremely anchor heavy right now. They know that the force is going to come, and the push is going to come. It's going to be a very forceful one indeed. So they have to adopt to it. They have to adapt as well. And yeah, it looks like for now, in my eyes, they're doing a good job. It's just the attackers, with this aggression, they're forcing out defenders. They're dislodging them from the positions. Kingslayer as well from that generator angle, trying to get rid of the defender playing inside of there with the frag grenades of flick shot. And speaking of the frag grenades, only one remains right now, and only one smoke canister remains for the defense side as well. So delaying this Monty now, it can be a little inevitable. Delaying this Monty, it can be a little too lengthy of a job, because now the Monty is going to start pushing in, and there's not a lot you can do about that. Calculated goes down, Cypher with the kill, and yes it is, he confirms it. Kingslayer falls, and now it's all down to the Maverick and the Monty. Monty gone, Flick shot at the only one, he has to flick to heads, gets one, but no, Eagle Eyes is going to use the MPX, deal the damage, and well, damage the entirety of Team Valiants as Team Heat. They pick up their first round. This was a far better display of how Church and Arsenal could be defended from the side of Team Heat. They waited for the attackers. Sure, they gave up a lot of map control, but by the end, they delayed and delayed and delayed, making the attackers desperate and yeah, even more desperate. And once the actual execute came in, it was a few pop of the heads, and that was it. Yeah, Team Valiants, bye bye.
Yeah, it seems like the first round was a wake-up call for Team Heat. They really learned from those mistakes quickly, and although the mistakes were very apparent and they were very loud, it was like it was good adaptation coming out from Team Heat, going to
Attackers need
church
to
and
locate and
playing the
defuse as
defender
many
heavy,
bombs as they
anchor
can.
heavy defense, and they wind it out. But now it's an interesting pick from Team Heat. They're choosing to go for gym bedroom defense. Usually we do see teams opt for the CCTV and cash defense because that is one of the better defended sides. But nowadays we do see teams have adapted to the gym bedroom defense and have perfected those defenses. Most of the teams do go for a very spread out defense throughout the whole second floor. There's some presence on the east side. Some teams like to reinforce the east wall. Some don't. Some teams like to focus on the cash heavily, and there is no castle being played by the defenders, so some of those windows and walls will be easy to break. But still, it's going to be a tough task ahead of Valiants because Team Heat, they are very quick to adaptation.
Absolutely, Team Heat, they look extremely strong with how they can first of all reposition their players and also reposition a lot of the utility as well. I'm talking bandit batteries, I'm talking Melusi banshees, Jaeger ADSs, and even the mute jammers. A lot of those can be changed depending on what style of an attack is here. Valiants, for their style of attack, isn't going to change a lot. They're opening up CCTV, they're getting garage control. For now, they're leaving the jacuzzi breach alone. They're not tackling the west side of the map at all. They want to go for the roam clear, and then they want to execute once they've gotten construction control and all of that. But yeah, getting the breach open, that's going to be very, very crucial. I see the Maverick. Yeah, Flickshotter is doing just that right now. I can see his Maverick utility going a bit down. He's reloading that or whatever. But yeah, with whatever's happening, a Maverick's on the jacuzzi hatch. Cache is being opened as well, and all of these defenders, oh, they're in such close proximity. The attackers are pushing in towards them. They're getting the early control in their favor as well. Monty, he has control of cash. He's pushing in with Zofia. Jaeger is the only person playing such close quarter combat that he can and he may get a few kills with his 416C, rifle, carbine rifle. If that is the case, then I think good for Team Heat. He's going to peek wide. His location is known. Dipjol still holding the angle, and he's going to destroy the Melusi Banshee, and Eagle Eye has no choice but to fall back. Eagle Eye cannot waste any more time inside of construction. It's a very, very dangerous place, and the execute is coming in from the side of Valiants. They're not slowing down at all. They're just putting on this pressure. The next obstacle for them is getting rid of this Mira. She has, I believe, one Jaeger ADS with her, so they can try and use the frag grenade to dislodge her. However, they need to get rid of her as soon as possible.
Yeah, because of that Mira, the Monty cannot push in, and the C4 does go out from the Mira, misses Flickshotter, but the frag grenade now goes in. Will the Mira, it doesn't even get damaged a bit. Mira did suffer some damage, so now it's all down to the construction push. How the Monty chooses to push inside, and if he tries to push inside, he might be... Okay, no, the Monty does not push into construction. He just goes into office, and now he has so much control. He can ping so many players. The information being relayed by Team Valiants is just dislocating everyone from Team Heat. Frags after frags are being had, and yeah, the gym bedroom defense is just falling apart. Ashwin gets one frag, but the answer is there from Team Valiants, and Valiants win round number 3. So yeah, gym bedroom defense not working out so well for the defenders.
Yeah, you said it, Pocket, that CCTV and cache can be a more prominent bomb site. It can be more favorable towards the defenders as well. But yeah, it just did not work out, sadly. So I got, oh, okay. I just saw that them picking Jim Bedden. I was like, what? But no, they've made, I guess they've made their mind and they've chosen CCTV and cash. We're going to be seeing this bomb site for the first time, maybe for the last time as well in the first half. If Team Heat manage to win here, and if they lose, well, then that's going to be a tough team talk. What exactly are you going to pick as your next bomb site? You've lost on Gym Bedroom, you would have lost on CCTV and cash. Sure, you can opt for Church and Arsenal in your next round, but then again, the pressure in round 6 will be
Attackers need
building
to
upon you,
locate
and
and
you can
defuse
really
bombs.
crumble as a defending team if you keep on losing these bomb sites, because it's not just about the rounds. If you lose a lot of them, it's also about which bomb sites you're losing and if you're not winning back on them. For example, we saw Church and Arsenal in round 1. Team Valiants, as an attacker, they won that very quickly. Bish bash bosh, they got rid of their opponents. However, in round 2, Team Heat, they replied back. They got the victory. So now they're confident in their setup and in their strategic choices in Church and Arsenal. It's just a matter of fact about Gym and Bedroom and CCTV and Cash that they may
10
not be
seconds to
at the
insertion.
same confidence level as they are in other bomb sites, and that can
5
surely
seconds
lead to
remaining.
I mean, worse rounds and bad rounds for the
Attackers
defending
must
side. So
locate
we
and
have to
defuse the bomb.
take that into consideration. And in the meanwhile, the attackers have to take into consideration how exactly are they going to attack. Will they attempt the same the same garage take as they were doing earlier, or in this case, is it going to be something completely out of the ordinary, maybe a construction take?
Yeah, one thing we're seeing from Valiants is that they're not wasting any time. It's only not even 30 seconds have elapsed, and already Team Valiants are there making strides to open up that east wall. Already the Maverick is
Bomb has
opening
been
up
located.
that hole, and the Mute Jammer is found. So now the Ace can run a free and open up that east wall, and that is quick control taken. There is no bandit present from the defenders, so nobody will be able to bandit trick or anything. But the Jaeger inside of Garage, he is posted up. He has his ADSs. No Wamai being played, of course, because Wamai has been banned. So now it's all down to the Jaeger to deny that Garage push coming out from Valiants. But the Valiants are very, very much hell-bent on doing that. They are trying to focus and pressure the Jaeger, because if they can get some Garage control, they can easily get up onto the balcony and then make their way from inside of there. But yeah, the Jaeger has a tough task ahead of him because Archangel is playing the Monty. So when you're playing the Monty, you have to be very careful when you're garage pushing, because there's a lot of vertical angles that are present. So Monty is not the strongest on that. So Wamai does, the Jaeger does have some cheeky angles present, but Monty is not giving any peeks. They're trying to spot him out and just annoy him however they can, but Calculated will finally able to get will be finally able to get the pick onto the Jaeger. So now garage control is completely given away, and also the east wall is opened
Bomb
up.
located
So
by
a lot
attackers.
of map control given to Team Heat. Valiants really need to find, sorry, Team Heat, they really need to find something to answer back to this aggression coming out from Valiants.
Absolutely. The entirety of the southeast position and the entirety of the map has been opened. You can see breaches inside of CCTV, the main wall, the surrounding, adjacent wall to garage as well. That's been opened. And the attackers have entire control. The defenders, they're not contesting this with their guns, rather with their utility. And we can see Monty pushing towards Red Hallway. He spots the Maelstrom. The planter is already going down. He's blocking the passageway for the defenders. Smoke canisters go out. C4 goes out, but not enough to deal a lot of the damage to Calculated. He's still going to plant the diffuser. They're trying their best against Monty. Monty is not going to budge. The diffuser has been planted. Smoke goes free. Smoke gets the first kill. He gets the down, as a matter of fact. Maverick is still holding the angle. He's still holding the outside objective. Oh no, but he's dead. The breach is now under the control of the defenders. Archangel, now he's the one in the weird position. The defenders are not going to allow him. But no, Kingslayer, he's going to allow his team a sweet victory as he picks up 2. So does Archangel, and Valiants, in a weird, chaotic end towards this round, they still managed to win CCTV and Cash. 2 consecutive round victories on 2 different bomb sites coming from them, and they are looking very confident on their attack.
Yeah, just the amount of mental shenanigans that Monty does bring in the form of a pick. Because even if you are not using the Monty, even if you are not aggressing with the Monty, just the sheer presence from a Monty present inside of the game does put some fear into the hearts of the defenders, and they have to get preoccupied. As we could see, the defenders, they were all focused up on the Monty, the Valkyrie and the Maestro. They're trying to take away the Monty. They're trying to deny that information feeding. But in the meantime, Valiants just found the picks after again and again and again, and it was an easy
Attackers
win.
need to locate
The
and
C4
defuse as
did
many
go out,
bombs as they
nearly
can.
missed out the planter, who was calculated, I believe, but still the smoke grenade, smoke toxic bait missing out did cause the plant to actually finally go down. So really a beautiful play coming out from Valiants, especially the Monty. So now, if any team is watching this, if Valiants do win this, they will be qualified for the nationals. And if any team is watching this, I guess they would also pick a Monty ban at the start of the round against Valiants.
10 seconds
Oh
to
yeah,
go.
I guess yeah, Monty Ban can be a bit powerful for
5 seconds to go.
can be powerful, especially with the unrelenting force that the Monty brings to the
Attackers
table,
are
and
moving
how
out to locate a
nicely
bomb and
Archangel is
defuse it.
playing as well. Because it's not just always the Monty; it's all about the player who is playing that operator, and it's all about the person behind, and that can be a very that can be a very influential aspect as well. That if any person who usually plays the Ash or plays the Jaeger is now playing the Monty, that cannot be the best scenario for him. He's usually used to entry fragging, pushing inside the objective as early as well. Kingslayer is doing right now alongside Dipjol. This is their style of play. They're going to push towards the defenders very early on, establish map control, take gunfights. Monty, yes, he does a little bit of that. He establishes the map control, but slowly and steadily he waits. He abides by his time, and only then he pushes towards the late seconds. The final execution is where the Monty is deadliest. If he's planting the diffuser, well, he has a shield to protect his back. If he's not planting the diffuser, well, just like we saw in the previous round, he can block the passageway of the defenders, and he cannot allow them to push inside of these sleek and small hallways and doorways, which can also be very detrimental to you. So another thing that's detrimental, well, is hatches being open. Are the hatches that are going to be open? We can see that bar hatch is now open, and for
Attackers have
entrance, that's a
located a
breach
bomb.
that the attackers can use. And now stockroom hatch is also going to be open, so Thermite using his exothermic charges in a safe manner. He knows that instead of impact tracking and wasting his charges there, he's just going to let the Ace or the Maverick deal with them, open up dirt, open up kitchen hatch. And for the impact tracking, yeah, I mean, defenders, they can try their best, but I don't think the defenders are going to be really a lot successful at it, since only one impact grenade is left. Meanwhile, we still have one Selma breach remaining for Ace and Maverick's entire utility on board.
Yeah, but now Team Heat, they are going for that anchor heavy setup once again. But what this anchor heavy setup has a disadvantage, that is, if you don't have any roamers, Valiants, the attackers did get quite a lot of control of the side, and with control, they have quite a lot of frags on the side. Deep Jaw pushing in from blue. The player playing inside of blue, I believe, was Cypher, completely oblivious of it, and he gets punished, and also his friend AMST gets punished. Not Ushred is holding the angle, so if he has a shield to help him out, but that shield instantly gets popped up, and he himself also get popped up. It's all down to
Bomb
Eagle Eye.
located
Last
by
time it was when it was a 1v4 for Eagle Eye, he did manage to get a team kill, but this time he won't stay alive for that long, as yeah, Calculated V takes out another win for Valiants, and now this is the final round on defense for Team Heat. After that matchup against Monka S, that 7-1 dominant win against Monka S, Team Heat are really very late to turn up the heat.
Yeah, it may be a 7-1 here, but yeah, the team with the one round, maybe Team Heat. I'm still a little optimistic for them. I still think they can win maybe another round in their defense. They're going to basement Church and Arsenal again. They're going back to their roots. They're going for the SSG room. And yeah, Dipjol is aware. Dipjol knows that, he can slip past these Melusi Banshees. He can slip past all of the defender util. Oh, no, okay, never mind. We can see that, yeah, still, regardless if he's
Attackers need to
playing Monty or
locate and
whatever. Again,
defuse
this is the weird aspect. I was just mentioning in the previous round that if a Zofia or an Ash main plays the Monty, it may be weird, but I have to see. And I gotta see that, what exactly will Valiants do with Dipjol playing the Monty, because whenever, Church and Arsenal has been defended, it's been chosen as the bomb site 3 times. Out of those 3 times, twice, Dipjol was the person to get the entry kill. Actually, the first 2 entry kills went by him, and he was playing the Zofia with the M762. So now that he's off that operator, what will he
10 seconds
achieve
remaining.
with the Monty? Or is it because, and yeah, exactly, that's my biggest
5
question.
seconds
That's all
remaining.
I'm going to ask here. How successful is he going to be? I don't expect a lot of kills from him,
Attackers
but
are
I want
moving
to
out
see
to
the
locate
team
a bomb and
chemistry of
defuse it.
Team Valiants flourishing here. I want to see them getting more and more rounds and getting a lot of good crossfires and gunfights established, and yeah, winning the round as well. Because if you end your attacking half on Clubhouse with a 5-1 lead, boy oh boy, is this game going to be quite easy for you. And in this case, well, it looks like Valiants, they're not going really for the roam clear, and they're not going by the rules of Team Heat and the SSG roam. They've just opened up dirt. They're going to open up the hatch as well. And yeah, they're looking to, jumpstart their attack as soon as possible by attacking the objective directly, I presume.
Yeah, the presence coming out from Monty is like that villain from Batman, Scarecrow. If you guys remember him, he does not have any powers himself. He just instills fear into the people, and that's what Monty does. And I believe Valiants were a little bit torn apart. They were not sure which side that Team Heat would fall back to, because both of the times that they had selected Monty, it was a second floor defense coming out from Team Heat. So yeah, I think Valiants were basically thinking, okay, there's possibility of Team Heat going to any of the sites, whether upstairs or downstairs. So if it was an upstairs defense, they wanted to have the comfort of the Monty. So, but they could not. Archangel couldn't pick it because he already had picked a thermite, and they don't want to be without a thermite. But as I was saying, I was talking about the picks, operator picks. There are some picks coming out from Eagle Eye. He does get the first frag, the first time Team Heat has got a starting frag, and that is your Maverick taken off the board. Interesting pick, interesting kill, because Quick Shotter, he, I believe, has not had the chance to use his blowtorch at all. The kitchen hatch has already been opened up, and I believe that was the doing of the thermite, but he still has to open up the bar hatch and the stock hatch, because there's a lot of presence by these defenders. They are still going for that anchor heavy defender, site heavy defense.
Absolutely. The defenders right here, they are inside the objective. They're just waiting for the attackers, and the attackers are now pushing in. So C4 will be thrown, and there it is. Oh, Monty's pushing in towards Ashrit. Ashrit has to fall back. Castle is there to relieve him. There's no one playing inside of those. Castle could peek, but no, it's going to be Amst who gets the kill onto the Mozzie. Calculated with the frag onto Ashrit. That's now Mozzie gone. So that means that first of all, Castle is the only one inside of Generator. Then one of the defenders is peeking right here. That's going to be Eagle Eye, and Cypher picks up the final kill. So Team Heat, they still get the round win. And yeah, it was a weird round coming from Team Valiants. They attempted for this kitchen dirt push rather than clearing out a lot of the roamers. Early on, it could have been said that it might have been a win, but it looks like, yeah, they've succumbed to the loss here. It's still a 4-2 in their favor. So I gotta say, it's still any team's game right now. I really don't think that at the moment Team Heat are entirely losing. It's just they have to show a good presence on their attack. That's it. As simple as that. If they don't start losing rounds from as soon as the clock, as soon as as soon as the gun is fired, and as soon as the rounds start happening, if they don't start winning from the get-go, then Valiants can build upon this lead further and further and further, and before you know it, they would have won the game, and they will
Attackers need to
qualify for the close
locate and
qualifiers, and
defuse
that is
bomb.
surely something Team Heat do not want. They've come so close. They've beat a lot of teams here. Monkai is most notably just now. So losing out at this one final moment is going to be a devastating blow for their side. So they're going to give it their level best in their attacking half. They already have some strategy prepared. Okay, it's something unique. We're seeing the Capital with his hard breach gadget right here. And you know what? Let's go a little off topic. TJ, this is a debate I always hear on Twitter. So many people from around the world talk about this. But you have seen the hard breach gadget,
10
right?
seconds left
Yeah.
before insertion.
Do you think it looks like, do you think it should be
5
called
seconds
the
to go.
trampoline? Or do you think it should be called a can opener?
No,
Attacker's
what?
objective is to
Oh,
locate a bomb
I
and
did not
defuse it.
realize it after, but I just realized after you said trampoline that it actually does look like a trampoline, and now
Also,
I
you're
cannot
team
unsee
trampoline.
that.
So do you think it looks more like a trampoline, or do you think it looks like a can opener? Like,
I'd
oh
say,
yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it looks like a trampoline, but it
Oh, you're
works
team
more like
trampoline.
an open.
Yeah,
it works more
that's
like a
my
can
dilemma as
opener.
well. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people on Twitter debate this night and day. That's my dilemma as well. But well, let's get back to the game. That's a little bit of fun of chit chat. I always like to get every caster's opinion on what does the heart breach charge look like. But okay, let's get back. And Team Heat right now, okay, as I said, they were getting a little bit of map control, but this is an influential kill. Your Maverick is gone with both of his drones out of the way as well. Sure, your Mute dies, but see the threshold. A Mute was simply a roamer. Sure, he had a C4, but then again, your Maverick is gone. Ace is the only other hard breacher you have. Valiants, they do not have any anti-breacher present, but they can impact trick if they want, and that's going to be the most useful asset for them. And Dibjules, still going into the gunfights. So I gotta say that this Church and Arsenal defense, if they can completely prevent Kitchen Hatch from being open, is going in the defense's favor.
Yeah, and this is where that Hibana ban does come out. Team Heat did ban Hibana because they wanted to stop the attack from Valiants, but now this is costing them. Team Valiants really adapted well to it. They bought all 3 operators, hard breach operators that was present, and they made full use of them. But now Team Heat has opted to not bring another, the 3rd hard breach operator, and now they're left with 1. And Ace, he's not really good at opening up those hatches. He only has a single Selma left. So yeah, Kitchen Hatch will not be opened up. The sole focus of them is the bar hatch, but the defenders, they have now gone back to the side. And as you said, the trade between a Maverick and a Mute, where Mute already has set up all of his gadgets and was roaming, it's just a night and day difference. You cannot supplement it. You can't even call that a trade, in my opinion, because just the difference of usage between these operators. But now Team Heat, they have 40 seconds left. They do see a Melusi blocking their way. Ali Easter, he will try to get in, and Calculated does get fragged out by Ushrith, and Eagle Eye does find another kill. So Valiants, if they are caught off guard, if they're not aware of this, they will be caught with their pants down. Deepjol tries to push in, but Amps is there with the frag, and Amps with another one. And Team Heat, although they lose their Maverick, they don't focus on the hatches at all. They don't need the hatches. They can just run through the front door and get the kills if Valiants are not careful enough, which they weren't in this round.
4-3 is the score. Valiants right now, if they want to build upon this lead, they've got to start at this moment. They cannot afford to lose any more rounds, because this is the same situation we saw in the first half, that if you lose certain bomb sites on your defense, like your initial bomb sites, you lose them on defense, for example, gym and bedroom and cache and CCTV, then you risk losing them all along. Then you risk just not playing them at all. We saw Church and Arsenal 4 times in the first half. We saw gym and bedroom and cache and CCTV once each. So just putting that into perspective right here, with what the side of Valiants are trying, and the fact that they've already failed their Church and Arsenal defense, they are going to change things up, but they have to win here as well. If they don't win on the primary bomb sites of Church and Arsenal, cache and CCTV, then what exactly is going to happen on the tertiary bomb site of gym and bedroom? How will they perform over there? They've got no confirmation. They're not winning the major bomb sites, so they cannot they cannot depend on the secondary bomb sites for a round win as well. And this is where the panic sets in, because we are just nearing the end of the game, right? We're nearing the final few rounds. And this is where the teams, they can decide their journeys, whether they want to get out of the tournament and go home empty-handed, or they want to qualify for the close qualifiers, because this is it. In the finals will only decide the seeding you get in the close qualifier. This decides whether you make it there or not. This is the final step you need in order to qualify.
Yeah, and the sigh of relief these teams should have after winning this matchup would be surmountable. But now we are focusing on this matchup. Team Heat are just 1 round away from tying up the scores against Valiants. These teams, although Clubhouse, I'd say, is a defender-sided map, they're really prevailing on their attack, as Team Heat has won their first round on attack, which forces Team Valiants to switch up the sites and go to upstairs into CCTV. And now upstairs, you don't have that many hatches, so Ace will have a better time, and also Maverick to help him out. But still, they have to be careful, because Cypher did get tagged up quite a lot as he was trying to come inside from I believe the east side of the map. But Cypher will now go down and make life a bit harder for the player who is I believe inside of the garage balcony, if there is anyone. Oh, Jaeger, he's completely unaware of that, but the wall, the soft wall is there to help him up. He does find some shots onto Eagle Eye, but Eagle Eye, being the wiser one, wins out the gunfight, and that is deep well taken off the board. Amps does get tagged up quite a lot, down to nearly 2 HP, but he misses Kingslayer right in front of him. Now Kingslayer, he's pincered and he gets shot down. Amps nearly dead, but still not dead enough because he gets shots. And now Valiants down to 3 men against Team Heat's 5. It's really looking good for Team Heat.
It absolutely is. Sure, a few of their players are down to very little HP, Amst and Cypher, but still, the man advantage is present. All it takes is little few bullets of a pre-fire, and with the map control that they're gaining, they've already opened up the primary breach of CCTV. Now, they're pushing in towards Garage as well. Sledge is present with his, I believe, with his 2 frag grenades. He can shoot out the defenders from below. He can blow up the defenders from below if he has information about them. Meanwhile, all the attackers, they've pushed inside of Garage. They have Rafters control. It's all up to Valiants to somehow, completely make this push null. They don't have Maestro Evil Eyes anymore. All of those have been destroyed. Smoke canisters go off. A C4 goes off as well. The attackers they are being damaged. However, the defenders, they just cannot seem to penetrate through this setup. Cade is inside of CCTV. He's holding his prone angle. He can be the person that changes everything. He gets into a gunfight, a headshot with a pistol. But no, the only person remaining now is Flickshotter against these 2 attackers. The diffuser dropped right in front of him. 14 seconds remaining. I'm not sure Capita knows about this location. And the downward contact vehicle. Oh, he looks away at the wrong time. Capita was just going to get the diffuser in place. He may revive the Maester right here. The Thunder's going down. He can just look. No, he doesn't. He just peeks the angle and unfortunately throws away the round. And yeah, unknowingly, Team Heat, they get another round. Valiants, they made this small mistake and it has costed them their entire lead. From a 5-3, we are back to a 5-5. And Team Heat, it's not looking like they're going to stop anytime soon. Oh, sorry, we're back to a 4-4 from 4-2.
Yeah, Team Heat really finally they went to the oven and they turned up the heat, because now the scores are level. Now Valiants, they really need to think, okay, wow, what did just happen? We're the ones who are defending. We should be having the upper hand, but Team Heat, they have something else to say. Back-to-back round wins on attack on both of the stronger sides, I must say. CCTV and Charge, those are defender-heavy sites. You don't just waltz into those sites and get wins. But Team Heat are exactly doing that. Although it was a bit sketchy at the last round that the smoke was alive, Maestro did get taken down, but all of the players from Team Heat were so low HP. If the smoke chose to hold the same angle onto the window, it might have been a different round altogether. But still, at the end of the day, Team Heat, with the player count advantage, man count advantage, did manage to win it out. And a beautiful match this is happening right now, because Team Valiants, if I am Team Valiants, I am sweating right now, because I had a comfortable lead, a 4-2 lead, and coming into defense, that's a comfortable lead.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was the bigger point, right? That you established the lead on your attack, and now you're defending on a map like Clubhouse. It should have been, in a way, a confirmed win. You could have very easily win the bomb sites of CCTV, Church, Arsenal. Hell, even, gym and bedroom could be taken from you. But it just did not happen, and a rehost has been called. It's in the first... okay, so it's in the first 30 seconds of the action phase. So I believe the rehost will be applied right here. And I guess...
Attackers have located a bomb.
Okay, so we are not sure if it's completely certain that it's going to happen, that if the rehost is going to happen or not.
Yeah, well, even if the rehost is happening or not, the admins have to confirm, but the players, they have to still play on like nothing is happening. If the rehost does happen, we will go to a short break, but till then, we are treating this round as it is, and the Maverick has already opened up the east wall. So yeah, it's going to be interesting how this plays out. Already east wall opened up, Eagle Eye trying to set some, get some information if anyone is inside of CCTV. There's not, so now they will be focusing on the players that are inside of Garage and the players that are inside of Cash. So yeah,
With no casualties, I'd say that yeah,
A bomb has
this can
been
be an
located.
interesting round right now. I have to say that the attackers, they've opened up the breach, and I guess, oh, it looks like we are going to confirm the rehost. So the players are going to yeah. So this round it will be invalidated. We'll play round 9 again, and yeah, we'll be setting up the lobby once again as well. So this round it won't matter, and it looks like yeah, we'll be going back to the caster cams, and let's have a small chat, TJ. Let's see how exactly has this have these few rounds panned out, because we can see Team Heat, the past 3 consecutive rounds, they've been winning and winning and winning. Attack, defense does not matter. They've just gotten control of that, and it's looking extremely strong for their side.
Yeah, this rehost might just hurt Team Heat's momentum because they won 3 back-to-back rounds and they were coming into this round hot. Although Valiants did ask for a rehost, the wall in the east wall, that was one of the crucial walls, did get opened up quite fast. And then after opening up that east wall, Team Heat could have focused on the opposite side, that is the gym bedroom side, and maybe even do a pincer move from both of the sides to take out the players of Valiant. But all of that did not happen because the round is rehosted and it is nullified. But still, this will hurt the momentum of Team Heat quite substantially. Well, whether they can come back mentally from this rehost or not, it's still a matter yet to be seen.
Absolutely. So we'll be heading into a very, very small break. We'll be back after the rehearsal to continue this game of Team Valiants up against Team Heat from round 9. Stay tuned and keep watching. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, to the South Asian Nationals Open Qualifiers number 3, the semi-finals. We are back with Team Valiants up against Team Heat, a very, very small rehost due to a sound bug, I presume, from one of the players of Team Heat. But now that's been resolved, and we are back round number 9. So since the rehost was called inside of the action phase, inside of the action phase, that means that it's going to be the same operators and it's going to be the same site as well. No changes to that. And I believe, okay, we just had a very, very quick pause. And okay, they're ready. So just 5-second pause. But yeah, we are back in TJ. This round
Yeah.
decides which team is in the advantage. Who do you think is going to win?
Oh, I really, really want to say Team Heat. I'm really liking the momentum they have garnered and really liking how they are playing. It's not that Team Valiants are making any mistakes. It's just the Team Heat is just mowing them
Defenders,
down.
protect
They're
your bombs from being
countering
defused by
everything,
attackers.
and they are going up against Valiants and putting up a fight. So now it's again a cash CCTV defense coming out from the Valiants. They have an interesting setup. There is a Kaid being played, so that wall might even be opened up because there's a Maverick plate. So Kaid completely can be nullified because Maverick has an analog gadget, not an electrical one. So mute jammers, Kaids, they are completely useless against it. So when Team Valiants wanted to play on the second floor, they did bring out Monkey, but this time on attack Team Heat, they're like, nah, we don't need that. We can do it without one. And yeah, they're doing it really pretty well.
I have to agree right now. Team Heat, they're doing everything by the books. They're getting the breach open, and they're in terms of their strategic choices, it's all good. And their gunfights as well, they're winning so many of them. So now Valiants, they've got to counter back ASAP. They cannot waste any more time. If they lose this round as well, and since they've already lost CCTV, in a way, chances are they may lose here once again. Let's hope they don't. Let's hope they continue this lead, because if they lose again, the lead is going to go into the hands of the attackers. 4 consecutive round victories will be established for the side of Team Heat. That is certainly something they do not want to happen. They want to win. That is certainly something Valiants don't want to happen, because after all, they want to win and they want to qualify for the close qualifiers. So with all of that being said and done, we now establish the map control that the attackers have seen. Sorry, we now see the map control that the attackers have established, and yeah, they've opened up CCTV. They still have a few players towards garage. Dibjul is playing by the rafters, and he's holding this passive angle. He's looking out for any of the attackers. He spots one of them with the suppressor on the 4-1C and the triangle reticle. Again, this is not a very fun loadout. I never prefer the suppressor, nor do I prefer the triangle reticle, man. Hollow for life.
Yes, Hollow for life indeed. Not the new one, the old one.
Oh yeah,
Obviously
yeah,
the
yeah.
Yeah, but okay, there's Melusi present on Oil Pit, so that's going to be interesting. They do not go for the flush onto the player. They go to flush the Black Evil Eye, but Deep Jolt is there, gets the frag, and even manages to stay alive. And if these attackers, they're not... okay, Deep Jolt gets the second frag, but finally taken down. But while he was taken down, he did manage to take out 2 crucial players. That is your Capitao and that is your Maverick. Although Maverick had done his job, the Capitao was there. And now the Oil Pit player, he finds another one. And it's a trade, but a trade too late, because now it's a 2v3 for Team Heat. They were really well. They were going really well on the last attack, but this time things are not going in their favor. They're still focusing on a garage push. Zofia is right there. They do have the diffuser with them going on, and they didn't even manage to kill the Evil Eye with the frag grenade. So now the Zofia has to waste up her utility. Ali Gistar is inside, but you have Maestro swings, and he does not miss. Eagle Eye, last person alive. Can he do anything? Gets spotted out, and if the Maestro peeks, if anyone peeks, they will be taken out instantly. The Maestro cam does feed out so much info. Melusi, Banshee, just annoying Ali Gister, and he is taken out as Valiants again on the lead.
Valiants, they're looking extremely. They were not looking extremely strong, but now that this has changed, and in a way, the rehost might have caused a little bit of harm on the side of on the side of Team Heat. It's quite unfortunate. The entire momentum that was building up, everything that was looking good for their side, is now maybe coming to a halt. I still don't want to say, I still don't want to jinx it completely and say that, oh, Team Heat has completely lost, Valiants are going to win. It is still any team's game. Well, why? Because it's only a one round difference. Team Heat, if they win gym and bedroom right now, if they win this tertiary bomb site, they can establish the control back in a neutral manner. They can put it, they can make the score
Attackers need
5-5,
to
and then
locate and
then
defuse
the
the bomb.
teams play for the match point, the almighty match point that they need in their favor, that both Valiants and Team Heat need. Because if that doesn't happen, if it does not go, if you don't get the match point early on, you're in such a desperate condition, especially playing for the close qualifier spot right now. There's so much on the line here. And I gotta say that Valiants, okay, it's an interesting strat they've brought out. They have the Melusi. Just like Team Heat, they don't have a castle, rather an alibi playing here. So not a lot of times we see alibi on gym defense. Usually
left.
on clubhouse, I've seen alibi a lot when Church and Arsenal is being defended
5 seconds
because of her
remaining.
extreme, roam presence and the fact that her secondary gun can make all of these lines of sight very, very quickly, and her impacts as well. But yeah, on gym and bedroom, I got to see what she's going to do here.
Yeah, but interesting choice of side from Valiants. They choose to go to gym bedroom defense and not a church arsenal defense. So although they did lose it one time, I'd still prefer to go to church arsenal because it is the defender heavy side. But still, if you can perfect the gym bedroom defense, it's very nice. So yeah, every time we do see a gym bedroom defense, it's a very extended one, and it is the same with the case of Valiants. We do have the Melusi playing in the rafters inside of garage. Although she does fall back, and most of the presence is on the east side of the map. There is the mute present. Yeah, the mute present inside of construction, and yeah, finally Team Heat do manage to clear out garage, but they didn't do anything because it was Valiants who fell back from it. But still, east side control is being held, and there is even a Mira window present inside. Oh, it is going to get very, very hard for Team Heat to gain any control. There is the Maverick who is downstairs, and I believe will be using a frag grenade to gain some information, open up some angles, and the Mira window might be popped out, but he is meeting fire from above.
Oh yeah, he has been spotted. I think he opens the black mirror. Maybe
Yep.
he has. Okay, he has. And Kingslayer and Flickshotter, both of them inside of Cash, will be heavily damaged, and they have to fall back. Meanwhile, Amst got into a gunfight with the Joel. Flickshotter still gets the refrag, so it means that both the SAS operators are now gone off the board. SAS is no more in this round. It's all down to the other agencies to win it for their side. It's all down to Valiants and Team Heat to win it for themselves. It's still a 4v4, and with 1 minute on the clock, the question has to be asked that whether or not Team Heat are going to get this sufficient amount of map control or not. They're still outside towards the southeast corner. They haven't even opened up Jacuzzi right now. It's going to be a very, very one-directional push unless Maverick can do his magic right here. Unless Maverick can get a few kills from these small angles. He's going to open the window, and the Zofia will have to reposition back in order to open the breach entirely. But still, the defenders are waiting for it. The defenders are aware that okay, there are a few people present here. The people are trying to breach this objective, but it won't work out very, very quickly. The bigger push is coming from construction. Zofia, she's just peeking the angle wide. She doesn't see Legion just yet. However, she's inside the objective. Sorry, that's the Mira. She fires on the Mira, but the pre-fire, Mira succumbs to Zofia, and now the entire side control is taken by the attackers. However, the defenders are retaliating back. Ashrit and Ali, the only two people remaining. The diffuser has been planted in the corner, calculated, not spotting the Capita, and that means it's a 2v2. That means that Melusi is going to peek wide in hopes of getting the Capita. Capita switches to his pistol, only with the AK-12, and Team Heat winning round number 12, winning round number 10, and getting their lead once again neutralized. That round differential, that round disadvantage that they had is back to nil, which means that this round is going to be the round where one team gets match point.
Oh my goodness, what a round that was. None of the teams really did anything wrong at all. Valiants played it perfectly, but Team Heat were just better. And what did help out Team Heat a lot was the initial damage that they brought onto the Melusi and the Mace and the Kaid. That helped the player who dropped through, who was inside of office with the pistol. He just got one or two shots into the Kaid, and the Kaid was down. And wow,
Attackers
what
need
a
to
play
locate
coming
and
out from
defuse
them.
bombs.
The Maverick, although they didn't open up the jacuzzi wall, it was enough for him. He just opened up some lines of sight, and that was enough to make the defenders worried about any aggression coming out from them. It was just a distraction. The main push was coming from the construction, and it was well executed. Beautifully played by Team Heat. Another round win on the board. They are not letting go. And Clubhouse, ooh, so far the defenders when Team Heat were on defense, they won only 2 rounds, and Team Valiants, they just won a single round on defense.
10 seconds
And they
left
aren't
before
going to
insertion.
church at all. They're still trying that gym bedroom defense. Why?
5 seconds left.
Yeah,
before
they
insertion.
lost twice on Church, sure. But then again, the same situation happened with Team
Attackers are
Heat,
moving
right,
out
in
to
their
locate a
own
bomb and
defense.
defuse it.
They lost a few Church rounds out of out of the 4 times they played, they lost 3 of them. So I guess it's that, maybe, I don't know, but still you have to try Church and Arsenal. Even though, because you as an attacker, you won thrice on Church and Arsenal. You have a 75% win rate in this game currently. So sure, you can establish a victory. And yeah, I suppose that they're going for another strategy. They're not going to give any garage control to the attackers. Okay, this is an interesting strategy. What Valiants have opted for. Triple Jaeger ADS, Jaeger playing inside of Garage, Dibjol hoping to catch some influential kills, but this is a dangerous position, my friend. You cannot escape out of here alive. That's all I'm going to say. The reinforcement, the walls to CCTV are completely reinforced. If you jump from the window, chances are you're going to die by one of the attackers playing towards red hallway. So you have to, it's a do or die situation. You cannot, in fight or flight, it is fight moment. You cannot fly away from this. Melusi will come to his aid. Melusi peeks the angle, but then Joel, he gets there. He gets suffering from success or what, bro? Headshot, come on the Melusi only. The Zofia is still present. One of the attackers, he's looking towards Garage. He enters Garage, and there it is. The crossfire has been established, and the attackers, after a flurry of kills, get control of Garage and CCTV. And now the bigger problem is that Valiants, they cannot even afford to have cash and construction control because they're so low on manpower. The remaining attackers, they have to play inside of logistics and inside of bathroom and all. They cannot extend anymore, which means that Team Heat with 1 minute 20 seconds are going to get a lot of map control.
Yeah, and with the Capital being left, he can fire. He can use those firebolts. He can use those smoke grenades to deny lines of sight to the defenders. And Deep Jaw, the kill onto the Melusi, it was just so devastating. This has flipped around completely. Not only do Team Heat have a man advantage right now with 50 seconds left on the clock, they have so much control over the map. They're even destroying the mirror present inside of office, and they will soon have construction control too. Calculated, you have to be very careful. The office hatch is open, and calculated should be spotted out by the drone. Does get spotted out, is taken out, but Archangel is there for the trade, but it's not a man advantage at all. It's still down to 2 men. Eagle Eye, although he is very, very damaged, he can still hold the window and still make things a lot harder for these defenders. Archangel, I believe he is downstairs, so if someone chooses to push into flick shot, Archangel, he even gets the kill from downstairs. And now Ali Gister, the diffuser plant is going down. Oh no! What? Nobody was aware of that. How was nobody aware of that?
The diffuser plant, had it been denied, Valiants could have gotten the win. But no, now they have to play this retake. Flick shot on 5 HP. Archangel with 100, but it doesn't look like he can achieve a lot there. It is Flick shot or dies, and Archangel, the only person surviving, right next to the gold bars. However, this round is as worthless for Valiants as a rusted iron bar. And it has to be said that Team Heat, with the match point now, with the possible comeback victory, we'll see round 12, and we have to see which team takes it once and for all.
Yeah, will it be an overtime, or will Valiants just falter in this round? They do have the comfort to go to CCTV, but this time they choose to go to church? Why didn't you go the past 2 rounds? I don't know. This is just so weird. Weird side choices coming out from Valiants. They're just losing the mental game. I don't know. Only one round win on defense after that 4-2 lead on attack. I cannot stress enough on the 4-2 lead that you have on attack on Clubhouse, and you just
Attackers
throw
need
it
to
away on
locate and
defense.
defuse
Oh my
bombs.
goodness. And you're not even throwing it away per se, because Valiants, they're doing everything that they can, but only one mistake coming out from Deepjol with the team kill, but everything else, they're doing it perfectly, but Heat are just better.
Yeah, the strategic decisions, the strats, everything is fine, but just they're losing so many of those gunfights day in, day out. Whether it is having Dip Joel situated on that rafters. Okay, I can even overlook the team kill, but even after that, it was such a dangerous and a vulnerable position. Like I'd mentioned, there was no way for you to escape from there, my friend. You cannot do that, and he couldn't have vaulted out of the window. He
5
could not
seconds
have
to
jumped
insertion.
down. At the end, he died a horrible death by two different
Attackers are
guns
moving out to locate a bomb and
hitting
defuse
him.
it.
So I gotta say that yeah, right now it's all up to Team Heat to it's all up to Team Heat to essentially win the round and yeah win the game for their side as well.
Yeah, Team Heat really looking strong right now. They have the momentum they lost after the rehost. They really gained it, and although Eagle Eye gets tagged up, but the refrag is there. Deep Jaw, he tried to be cheeky, he tried to be aggressive, but now he's the one who's down. He's trying to go back. So if Team Heat can capitalize on this, they might be able to deny the revive, but it seems like they won't be able to. The Capitao is there. He does have a hard breach gadget, but that won't be used at all because I believe there is a mute jammer present on the east wall. Ashrit does manage to get the drone through inside of bedroom, so that is a lot of useful information gathered that there's nobody there. Although the site is a church, and this is not an SSG roam. Deepjol back from the dead and does manage to get a frag onto the sled. So now things are looking a bit brighter for Valiants. Oh,
Absolutely.
the
Oh,
refrag.
little yeah, little too early on that was Dip Joel. He was looking for any potential kills, but it did not happen. Calculated as well, almost caught off guard. Zofia is pushing in and hoping to get a kill right here. Oh, maybe that's the Capitao. The Capitao is going for that. The C4 will not be blasted. Ashrit once again with the Capitao pistol kill. This man gets kills with that pistol. Somehow he does. And I gotta say that Valiants at the moment, well, they're not looking very, very strong. Let's be honest. They have a man disadvantage right now. More than that, it is match point for the side of the attackers. They're not looking strong at all. And I gotta say that, yeah, the attackers, they are applying
Secondary
pressure from
gadget.
all directions. There's the trampoline.
Yeah.
A bomb has been located.
Yeah, the secondary gadget being used because although they don't bring 3 hard breachers, they do have another operator that has that hard breaching gadget that was recently introduced. And the Maverick will use up quite a lot of his utility, but the hatches do get opened up, and the hatches are crucial in a charge arsenal defense. All of the defenders, they are tucked up inside of the site, but blue control is in the control of the attackers. So now it's not looking that good at all. The Malusi is inside of Arsenal, but I believe kitchen hatch is also opened up, so that does limit movement a lot
located
for the
by
Malusi.
attackers.
Drones do go inside of church, so the Echo and the Jaeger's positions are known, but which site will the attackers choose? They're looking forward towards an Arsenal push. They do find the Malusi, but the kills, the frag, they come all the way. Archangel, last person alive, and Capitao, he is ready with his
5 seconds
pistol.
to go.
Can he pistol whip
Activating
anyone?
diffuser.
But Cypher is there, and Team Heat, GG's in the chat. Jake, turn up the heat. A 4-2 deficit on their defense. They flip the script completely and win. But they lose only a single round on their attack, and Clubhouse, it's not a defender heavy side anymore. Team Heat are qualified for the Nationals. Wow.
Yep, Team Heat being the 5th team to qualify for the Nationals right now. Absolute stunning performance from them after being down 2-4 with this comeback victory of 7-5. In the second half, Valiants won a single round. That's it, a single defensive round. Everything else going in the favor of in the favor of Team Heat. Sorry, I gotta say, boy oh boy was that a round, and boy oh boy have Team Heat had a journey so far. They beat sorry, they beat, I think it was Jeter Viewha 8-7. Their journey could have ended right there on that 15th round against JV. But no, they won that. They beat Monka S 7-1. Now, with this 7-5 victory, they established themselves in the grand finals to be played against the winners of Union Gaming versus Demos Force, which is happening right now on the Twitch. And also, speaking about the Twitch as well, this concludes our YouTube stream. This concludes our YouTube stream for today. The finals alongside the semi-final that's happening right now, it got delayed a little bit, but yeah, both of those games will be on the Twitch as well. So if you're watching here on YouTube, shift there, migrate there, and watch the last semi-final be played out, also the grand final. Till then, TJ, do you have any closing thoughts of this game?
I'm just surprised. I am amazed. I am just out of words by the play coming out from Team Heat. I would say I would credit the Monka S win mostly to Monka S's fault, because the 7-1 loss, Monka S really played shoddy in that matchup. But this time they went up against Valiants, and Valiants were prepared. Valiants did not do anything wrong, but they lost out all the fights. They lost out all the gunfights, and any strategy that they had did not go towards their way. And oh my goodness, the play coming out from Team Heat was just phenomenal.
It absolutely was. And yeah, I have to agree with you. Team Heat, the journeys they've had, the gunplay, the strategic choices, it's all very, very good. There's still a few things to be learned, especially we got to say their own defensive half on the map of Clubhouse. Heading into the close qualifiers, again, if anyone hasn't seen the close qualifiers of the previous season, all the games are going to be a best of three, and the grand finals will be a best of five. So keeping that in mind, with the best of three, the chances of Clubhouse being played are going to be, tripled. There's going to be more chances that Clubhouse can be
Clubhouse in
brought out.
Oregon.
Absolutely, the staple of all regions. So yeah, there is a higher chance they'll be played as well. You cannot ban them quite easily. You'll have to focus your bans on other maps. So keeping that in mind, you have to focus on all of the mistakes you were making. You have about, I think, 2 weeks since you've won qualifier number 3. The next week you won't be playing these qualifiers, and then you'll be coming back in the close qualifier. So you have about 14-15 days to prepare. Just go for strategies, go for dry runs, theory crafting, play ranked, and you establish that team coordination. That is, of course, the generic advice you can give to any team who is up and coming and who's a underdog, much like Team Heat were in this scenario, beating a lot of teams as well. But yeah, that closes our YouTube stream for today. Thank you everyone for watching. So far, amazing matches we've seen. Earlier, we saw Monka S up against Team Heat. Now, Team Heat versus Valiants as well. It was great. I'm CCV alongside TJ Bab and Sen working behind the scenes. Thank you for watching. We'll be signing off for now. And but the both of us will meet you on the Twitch stream in the grand finals as well. So keep your eyes peeled to that stream. Keep watching, UG versus Demos Force. I'm not sure what score it is, but I can presume it's going to be an exciting game. So we'll catch you there. And yeah, bye-bye.